to start the stream.
We have
Begin the stream!
We're live.
Are we live?
We should be live.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Dork Tales. Hey, it's Wednesday again. You know what that means. It's time for generic fantasy setting number 17735. I am your Dungeon Master, Kelly, and starting to my right tonight, we have our first player.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Hi. Not left. I'm Christine, and I am playing Malia Sunsworn, the Tempest Cleric of Vela, who likes big hammers.
That's true.
Yeah.
I am Mike. I am playing our half-elf ranger, Xeno Rightwing.
And I am Amy, and I'm playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid.
Hi, and I'm Winter. I'm playing Marisol, the Tiefling Thief.
Alright, and for those of you who haven't tuned in with us before, this is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game that focuses on a homebrew setting called the generic fantasy setting, which will eventually probably be named. But for now, the idea is that we started off with the most generic ideas possible and are getting by increment more specific as we go. So, the story up until now is that in the sleepy southern town of Mog, existed an underground temple to the goddess of darkness and some would say evil, Nirn. A group of thieves led in by a local ne'er-do-well named Marisol broke in to an ancient temple with the purpose of stealing a tremendously large jewel about probably about this big, worth several 100,000 gold pieces, called the Eye of Nirn. Upon removing it from its slumber at the center of the statue of Nirn's forehead, it shattered into a lot of pieces. And when Marisol woke up, the thieves were gone, and she had been transmogrified into a tiefling, which in this world are cursed individuals or people born from cursed bloodlines, or, depending on who you ask, people chosen by dark gods. On her adventures to go and find someone to reverse this condition, she came across a wandering former mercenary turned druid and her companion, a storm cleric, Tempest cleric, dwarf. So a dwarf that worships the sky goddess Vela, Nirn's twin sister, which seemed almost fated to meet up. Along the way, they also met a wood elf monk named Jason, who was carried away by a giant eagle around Game 3 to complete his training, because as we all know, giant eagles are the Uber of fantasy worlds. Proceeding further along, they met up with Xeno Rightwing, a half-elf Gloomstalker ranger, who was on a quest to retrieve a family heirloom that had become lodged in a dragon some decades ago. And with that, they are continuing ever north. They traveled through a number of things, liberated a town, a city that was built on rock and roll, and underground as well. They found a dragon girl named Farah who had been encased in amber for about 13,000 years. Who has been traveling along with the party. She's an NPC. I will be playing her as needed. And they have recently passed through a place called... Nice, remember. You got some fuzz on the front, though.
It's mine.
A place called Steep Hollow, which was kind of like Aspen, Colorado, or Whistler, British Columbia, full of yuppies and hot chocolate. And they made their... It looks way better on the unicorn.
Yeah.
It's off frame, but it looks way better.
It works.
Amy just put a hat on the unicorn if you're listening to this by podcast. We have a plush unicorn. It's great. Yeah.
The unicorn's a member.
Unicorn's a member. There's so many jokes there. I'm not going to say 5 of them. All right. So, traveling through, they went through Steep Hollow, liberated the town from the grasp of some feral yetis, and then liberated a white dragon wormling from where it was being kept prisoner in a torturous circus. And in doing so, ended up with a lot of death on their hands, and they ran like hell.
Yep.
Since then, they have been traveling.
You do.
They've been traveling along the Cold Road, which is a road that lies parallel to a cleft in the earth, a canyon of at least a mile deep, called the Earth Scar, which was forged, which was cleft into the earth and cut their part of the continent away from the mainland. when three gods got into a scrap a long time ago. Check our wiki. And they've been traveling. Now, a blizzard has been kicking up because it is the snowy season, and they sought refuge in a cave, which turned out to be an old dwarven smuggling tunnel that in itself turned out to be the Master Dwarf Race's infiltration tunnel, but only one player knows that. So we'll cut back to that later. Keep it secret, keep it safe.
You just didn't ask me.
No, for the dwarf invasion. And from there, we're going to be picking up. If you listened to last game, I apologize. I was finishing up my master's degree last session and had zero brain. And I think about 80% of my narration as Dungeon Master was done with pauses and However, I've had a lot of caffeine today, and my master's project has been submitted as of this morning. So thank you. I am, as the French say, la fucking tired. But I've got caffeine, and this is going to be a great session because I've been hoping for this for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Kelly.
There you go. It's great.
Yes.
I'll post the documentary soon.
I'm excited.
My supervisor said it looks good, which for him is glowing. He's not a man of few words.
How long was it?
He wanted it to be 22 minutes. It is 31 minutes. Which, when you're with credits and a closing joke.
Fair. Yeah.
I'm a historian, and I believe that if you have to use footnotes and do not sneak jokes into your margins or your credits, you're doing it wrong. So, first of all, that's for you. That's for you.
Your work.
I mean, you might as well. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, I also went to the gym for the first time in like 3 months today, so I'm super sore. So if I groan a lot, hey. Also, Christine's going to be groaning a lot for that same reason. Also, Mike's going to be groaning a lot because he's old.
I forgot that back exercises use your biceps a lot, and I trained biceps the day before that.
Didn't I send you a link that was like, never do biceps the day after back?
And I'm just lazy and always
No,
sore.
I did biceps first and then did back.
Oh, yeah.
Which was foolishness, because I was intending to do biceps and back together, but then for some reason I did biceps and legs together. It was stupid.
I got to see you
I
and
still
Cass,
did
so I
it.
was like, yay,
Mistakes
inspiration
made.
to work out.
All
I need to
right.
start going again.
You do.
So,
Help me.
I know. Okay.
last session, you descended into the vault that lied beneath that cavern. Inside there, you found an ancient dwarven storage room and a pair of tunnels leading off. One of the tunnels was heavily warded with fire runes that triggered and almost burned you to a crisp.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
I've forgotten about that.
And I believe you left. Or no, you camped in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Who was taking watch at that point?
Thanks.
I don't think we'd gotten to that point.
Okay.
just
No,
yet.
one of us started the watch.
I don't remember who, though.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
All
Might have
right.
been me.
No.
I'm going to say it's Marisol.
Cool.
Don't let us all die.
Ooh, sorry.
Why does it sound like an inn all of a sudden?
So, and
We
tonight...
get here.
Tonight we are using some ambient background music from Tabletop Audio. If you are running your first game, or any game, I suggest you go to Tabletop Audio, become one of their Patreons. The person who runs it is a composer from New York, I believe, who puts out all of his stuff for free.
That's awesome.
And
He's really cool.
we've used his stuff for years. It's great, it's free, and it's really high quality. Lots of ambient noise, music, and things like that. And if you're listening to this and the music doesn't sound quite right, please let us know and we'll adjust. So Ice Cavern is what we're going to be playing right now.
Nice.
I know, I love that I can do this.
More like nice cavern.
Nice Cavern.
Not.
Nice cavern with a
It's
dead wyvern in it.
cold, and I don't like this necessity thing.
It could be a mice cavern.
Does someone go and try to light the fire pit before they bunk down?
Oh.
There was that ancient fireplace.
I will light the fire pit.
All right, the bonfire has been lit. You may save your game.
Oh, yay.
The beacons are lit.
Going to cold free.
As you do so, can I get you to make me a survival check, actually?
All of us?
Nope, just Mike.
Mike?
Thanks, Christine.
20.
20 is fine. So looking up the flue, you can see that it's caked in ice. And very carefully you build the fire so that it doesn't create, so that it's not covered by a deluge of meltwater that comes down. And sure enough, after about 15 minutes of burning, you'll start to hear some sputtering and cracking, but
It's okay.
Zeno knows how to build a fire for this.
Oh boy.
And you can see that there's rivers of water, tepid, room temperature in any normal room or inn. But here, almost feels boiling if you touch it, given the cold air. It runs out of the base of the fireplace and down through the ancient cracks in this stone floor, dripping down into the caverns beneath.
I thought that might be too loud. Right below the mic.
It might not be too bad because it is below, but yeah.
I think it sounds better than it probably did last time.
Yeah, I was just using my cell phone speaker last time. Slowly, over the course of the next hour, the room begins to fill with warmth.
Oh,
And you'll find yourselves comfortable.
that's better.
Wondering if I was ever going to get warm again in my life.
You should have just turned into a bear again because that's always fun.
Yeah, you could have been our heater.
It
Blanket.
It doesn't last that long.
Oh. It
No.
doesn't?
If we get ambushed, it would be nice to be able to, you know, actually have a defense mechanism going on.
That's what this is for.
So you're
Hold up her
saying that
hammer.
next time we're in a safe place, like an inn, you can turn into a big fuzzy bear and be really comfortable to sleep on?
It only lasts for a couple hours.
Oh, that's fine enough for me to fall asleep.
All right. Yeah, it is okay. Cool. Just making sure that it was registering. All right. Is our gain at middle?
Middle.
Okay. Good. You two try to be a little louder. Try to keep yourself in the yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Understood.
Good.
Oh, Amy hit the red that time.
Yeah, don't hit the red.
It fires.
All right.
Oh wait, I hit the red.
That's fine. Call Ryan. As a cold wind courses through that hole in the ceiling,
Curses.
it cuts through and steam begins to rise off some of the water. Farah finds a comfortable nook beneath the central table. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Sounds good.
No.
It gets warmer up north still, right?
No.
No.
You guys are on the southern continent.
Going north though?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it get colder?
No, because you're not even at the equator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You guys are basically, I would say you're in like Brazil right now. No, not even. You guys are in...
Southern Australia, kind of.
Yeah,
Chile?
You're pretty far down. Yeah, you're basically like Chilean right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Oh, okay.
We're building the map in the next
Maybe
week
we're
or
in
two.
Tasmania.
Yeah.
To get back to the main continent where everything will kill us.
None of you have ever been to the main continent.
I know. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
stuff's great there.
Probably.
You guys totally aren't in the sheltered area of the world. You aren't in the starter zone. Anyway.
Oh, shit.
So she curls under the table. Things do get warmer up north.
When you get out of the mountains.
I honestly don't know.
We can't get out of the mountains soon enough.
It
Agreed.
is
I'm
chilly.
done with the mountains.
Right?
Just kind of calmly whistling to herself in the corner. Feels like home.
Maybe we should take a look at what we have for rations right now and have something to eat.
We still have those 3 other blocks of cheese.
Right, there's so much cheese.
We probably won't be able to take it with it once we go, so...
Why not?
How are we going to transport it?
We roll it.
Well, I mean,
We've got a bag of holding.
holding.
How big are they?
You said they were like...
I did say they were like this big.
Huge, but they're huge, like...
That won't fit in the bag of holding. Bag
But
of,
we can cut them.
We can.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's aged for how many years? It can age for a couple more days.
200, 300.
Exactly. It can age for a couple more days in a bag of holding.
Are we all healed up and everything soon?
I would assume so. So everybody can put themselves at the full. You'll have a long rest.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
we just need to make sure we eat it before it goes bad. I don't want to have like sour cheese and moldy cheese in our
cards are way over there.
bag of holding.
They're like
Oh yeah, imagine just like walking around with that thinking like someone died inside our bag.
It might be better to have something that's dyed in our bag than
I
that.
realize I can change my preferred spells.
I don't know.
Died in your bag?
If
We're not gonna let the cheese go bad.
Yeah, imagine if it smelled really bad and we had something in the bag of holding and we couldn't get it out.
everything smells like moldy cheese, no thanks. Try and eat as much of this as we can and use it up.
Things will rot in a bag of holding.
Yeah, that's why we should use it up. As
Oh,
much as
sorry,
we
I
can.
didn't hear that.
It's okay.
We definitely don't want to leave corpses in the bag.
We really don't.
Why would we put a corpse in the bag?
Why would we put a corpse in the bag?
Easy transport?
Ah,
Why-
fair enough.
I hope that's not a situation we ever actually
That's why you generally just take
Okay.
yours.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're taking first watch, then I'm gonna turn in for the night.
Okay.
This is true.
Now, what did you manage to loot out of this room?
Mm.
You managed to get the cheese, you managed to get the wyvern
I got
materials.
wyvern. I
I got
literally
armor.
wrote wyvern bits.
Yep, you got the the armor, and just needs to be basically polished and cleaned.
Kelly, what was the value of the wyvern bits?
I don't know, you'll have to go in and haggle.
Cool.
And then you got some cool stuff. You mostly got gold. And then you also got the Frostbite hammer. Or the Frostbite gavel.
Yeah.
And then
Probably just found out.
oh, who has the belt buckle of dwarven
Oh,
vigor?
me, because I had my beard.
Did you give it to someone?
I don't think you
I don't
did.
think so.
I think you kept it on.
So you still have a goatee?
No, I took it off.
Yeah, you took
and
it
then
off.
it was
There you go.
starting to like
Oh, that's
thin
right.
out.
We got a
But,
bunch of
I also
gold.
put some decoy stuff inside the bag with the coin to see what would happen, like pebbles or like stuff, to see what would happen
Huh.
if I went and go look at it.
Check in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got gold and other coins, which I added to the party loot. 10 bolts of elven silk. The leather, warps, was it the leather quiver that Zeno got.
Oh yeah, I got a. I
Yeah,
got
the
a-
displacer beast.
Yeah, I got
Displacer
the
beast.
displacer beast quiver.
So we still got the 3 wheels of cheese because there was 4 of them. There was the suit of armor that Malia got, the half plate.
Yeah.
The beautiful adamantine stuff.
It's actually ugly as sin.
Yeah, but it does beautiful things.
It does do beautiful things.
Mhm.
It basically looks kind of like burnt iron.
Mm.
Like it's that dark black, almost coaly kind of gray.
Yeah, I think you described it as like gunmetal type.
Yeah, and
Dark.
it's so rough and scratchy on the surface. It looks like it's pitted.
Hmm.
Like it looks almost like it's made of, I would say pumice,
Odd.
but glossy somehow. It's a weird material.
And then there was the bronze-bound book of children's stories,
Oh, actually.
and then the scroll case of that Malia was looking.
Yeah,
Malia or Malia?
it's Malia.
Malia.
Malia. Blech. Malia.
Did you look in the scroll case? Did you get inside?
Well, it was all in Dwarven. So
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's right.
it was
Correct.
that stuff that we don't know. Although we probably went, "What's that about?" Because,
Mhm.
depends on if she shares it.
And then what happened to the ring?
What ring?
Oh, yeah, no, I took that.
You took that?
Yeah.
Oh, have you done anything with it?
Not yet, because I was going to take it back.
Yeah. So that's just all the stuff that was sort of like party loot things that got split up.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right. So you settle down for the night. Try to get a little bit of sleep. Catch those last 4 or 5, maybe even 6 hours if you're lucky. You're fairly rested because you had first sleep last night and second sleep. So as everybody dozes off, is there anything else that people are doing before we switch to what Mars is up to?
I'm just picking my spells.
All right.
Pretty much.
So Mars,
Yes.
as everybody falls asleep, what does she do?
She starts off dutifully and kind of pacing around, making sure everything's good. And then she gets bored. And just starts looking around and kind of trying to find something to keep her busy. Maybe
Okay.
even playing a game with herself, just kind of like, I don't know. Hard to say with what's in the room.
Okay. Make me an investigation roll.
Investigation.
Yeah. So you add 3 to this.
13.
So glancing around the room, you can see that where you'd climbed up before, above,
right, yeah.
above the front door, there's a wide precipice large enough for a wyvern to sleep in.
Oh, yeah. She'll go back up there.
All right. So I'm assuming you take the time to climb up. You don't need to make a roll.
Yeah.
So taking a bit of time to climb up and search around, you can see that this area is about 30 feet deep. It looks like it's been burrowed in by some type of... You can't
Wyvern?
tell. No, actually not.
Oh.
Wyverns don't have those type of claws. It's like shovel spades, but like claws, God, almost this big, as big as your hand, but 3 or 4 of them next to each other. You can see deep gouge marks on the wall, and quite old, mind you. They've been covered in ice, but underneath the shine, your dark vision can see the deep cuts.
And I'm like, with my little teeny tiny hand.
Now this area is actually also littered with bones.
Right, because that's where the wyvern would come up and eat.
Yeah. Basically have breakfast in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find...
That's where I found the belt buckle.
Yeah, on the dwarven skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
So up here you will find that dwarven skeleton again, and you'll also find a couple of other unusual skeletons. Roll me investigation one more time, please. Hey, that's talking. So you'll find 2 things in particular that are slightly interesting. One is that there are a pair of Yeti corpses. I say corpses because they're still partially frozen.
Okay.
They look like they were being stored next to the permafrost, like a refrigerator up here for midnight snacks. It's a Yeti's arm leading into the chest piece. The rest of the body's been ripped away, and you think it's that husk or that hulking skeleton in the corner there that's still slightly juicy, with ice crystallizing on the bones.
Ew. I go look at it.
It is basically half the skeleton and a monkeyish face that's been completely stripped of flesh and meat and is nothing but... Your dark vision can't see the color, but you would assume kind of like a bluish crystalline ice over the bone.
Mm-hmm.
And the bone is deep and pitted, once again like a pumice stone, because that keeps coming up.
How big would it be again compared to...
About twice the size scale-wise, so about this big.
Okay.
Like Bigfoot.
Okay.
And then the other thing at the very back. Now, shadows would block that were you not a tiefling. And you can see that there's a hulking shape at the back. Collapsed and crumbled in on itself. And taking a look at it,
Yes.
it looks like... you will see the chitinous scales, or almost like calluses, this plated armor of a creature that looks like that. It's been completely hollowed out except for its gray, bleak, armored scales, almost like an armadillo, which you have seen down south. It has an eyeless face, these wide, gaping jaws with several rows of fangs like a shark. Most of them have been destroyed though, like something actually melted through them. A couple of the points jut upwards, but the rest have been melted down to the bone. You can make me a nature roll if you'd like to guess what this is.
No.
It looks almost kind of like what you've imagined. You've heard of rhinoceroses? If this thing had a horn instead of a deep, ridged beak, you would think that it was like that, but it has like a shark fin on its back. And a wide tail. The armor extends all the way to the tip.
Ugh.
And the claws are still there. And you look down at them and they are the size of spades. As wide as your hand. Looking back at the wall, you can see where this is about the size of the hole in the roof.
anything I can take off the body?
You can go ahead. If you spend some time, yes.
Okay.
So you can manage to pry off several chitin plates. You can try to get. There's nothing in its mouth worth. You could try to take its fin, or you could try to remove some of its claws.
Yeah, some of the claws for sure.
So you can go ahead and mark down that you have. I think you can probably salvage 5 good ones. 5 bullet claws.
Oh, claws, right?
Yeah, it's spelled kind of odd, but
And some of the armor pieces.
yeah, and just some various armor bits. And you'll be able to get about a dozen chunks of armor. They're about the size of like a dinner plate each. But that's about all you manage that's not frozen or damaged.
Mm-hmm. Could be useful somewhere though.
Could be, yeah. No, I mean, this looks tough. They're about this thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would deflect a sword.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Besides that, that's about all you find up here.
Okay. But interesting that I made that. It might have made that hole.
Might have at one point, yeah. Are you doing anything else up here, or are you gonna head back down to your friends?
Is there anything else I see that I want to do up here?
No, there's not really up here. This place looks pretty clean. There is that tunnel that leads down that's all fire trapped. I mean, you might still die. You're resistant to fire, right? Not immune. Resistant, that's good. That's probably not good enough.
So where is that? Is that from up here or is that back down?
That's
below?
back down on the main floor.
Okay. Well, spooky.
I'm sure it's fine.
Well, head back down. But yeah, I want to take a look at the beginning of that area.
So it's a wide door that leads into a slightly sloping corridor, just wide enough for a burly dwarf to fit in. Yeah, so you would have to crouch in here, but it's enough that, honestly, the tunnel's cut into a square. Which, if you've ever seen a dwarven soldier, there's a reason for that. They carry about as much equipment wide as they are tall.
Can I see anything that could be an immediate trap as soon as we go to even touch the door that I could try to work on?
The door is not trapped as far as you can tell, because you've looked into it before.
Oh, yeah.
But on the other side, you can see that the floor has dozens of dwarven runes inscribed into the stonework.
I should wait.
Gain a dot of wisdom. No.
Oh, dang. Easiest
That is
wisdom
the
ever.
wisest thing you've ever done. I'd give you inspiration if you didn't already have it.
I should wait. I'm learning.
Slowly but surely.
All right.
You're proud of me.
We're proud of you. So the rest of your shift passes by pretty quietly. You'll manage to poke around. You'll even find a couple of extra, like, copper pieces kicking around that were kind of stuck between the cracks of things.
Cool.
As well as, if you really want to, the table is still set with, let's see, they'd be bronze. Or bronze or copper, actually. They'd be bronze. A dozen bronze place settings, like plates, forks, knives. By forks, like 2-tined forks, and as well as some deep ladly soup spoons cast out of bronze. It looks like there was a dinner set here at one point.
I take all of the forks and all of the spoons and put them in the bag of holding.
All right, not the plates.
Maybe a couple nice ones.
They're all about the same. They're these big, riveted, square bronze plates.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
In they go.
steal the silverware. It's all good.
Okay, how much do we have?
So that's 12 bronze dinner plates.
Oh my god.
So next time you like empty out the bag of holding, it's gonna have all this random.
It's clang, clang.
It'll be the sign of a real klepto.
Basically, 12 bronze dinner plates.
There's 12 place
Forks,
settings, wasn't
spoons.
Is there
and-
12 of each?
Yeah, enough for like each set.
Okay. 12 forks.
Ooh, is there a special cut?
No, there are actually.
Are there knives?
Yeah, they're like butter knives. Look, dwarves like butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone write that down. Dwarves like butter.
I want a good drinking mug.
Yeah, actually, well, there will be quite a number of high goblet, low tankards. A lot of like bronze stout,
Nice.
like steins.
I keep that in my bag.
So the stein that actually, you know what? If you're looking around for a special one, over on the mantle, you'll see that covered in dust, and this thing will need to be cleaned. If you have prestidigitation, or if anybody does, please use that, because this is one of those like I bleach the mold out of it in real life. At one point, there was some beer left in the bottom of this stein, and this stein, I'd like to remind you, is about as thick as a log you'd throw on the fire.
Lovely.
It's like this thick, about as thick around as like about as thick around as the arms of your former lover, Thorn Bear Murder.
Oh, I miss him.
And actually, it's about the size of his entire upper arm. Like it's like steins are traditionally about this big.
You know what? If I ever see him again, I should give it to him as a gift.
And now this is like actually, it's not made of incredibly like fancy materials. But it looks, it's, you know what, it's dope. This is a dope cup.
I take that dope cup.
This is your stein. Hey!
Guess what I can do now? I can have a zombie or a skeleton. I can animate dead.
Just wait till one of you dies.
Mike has said in the chat that it's apparently pronounced chitin, and not chitin.
Oh, sorry, Michael. Oh, hey, Michael, can you give me a sound check? How's the sound sounding? Can you hear it okay?
Yeah, it's not good.
No, that's fine.
Well, keep an eye on that.
Alright, so chitin. So the chitinous form. Sorry, it's one of those words that you read and you don't say very often.
Epitome.
Yeah, I've always figured it was pronounced chitin. So
Michael has said winning. All caps with an exclamation mark.
Oh, and blog says hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Mwah.
lovely blog.
I love both of them. What are you talking about? All right, so going back into this, as you spend the rest of the night like cleaning out the stein, polishing it, and like you can fit probably this is like 64 ounces of stein.
Oh, lovely.
Like this is like an American drive-through large,
Good.
Wow, that's gonna be heavy.
or like a
Good.
Canadian Wendy's extra large.
Bring it on.
You have to carry it.
Okay.
We actually, so I'm originally from the States, and we actually had a place. So Sonic Drive-Thru did the Route 44 Big Drinks, which were 32-ounce beverages that you could get delivered to your car. Now, 32 ounces is enough to kill you, basically. And it's like, how would you like 32 ounces of cherry limeade?
Oh no.
It's like 60% like tiny, chunky, like hail ice in there, but like, I can't tell you how many of those I drank. There's a reason that like I came up here flabby.
I had a gallon of slushy once.
Oh,
Did you need a liter of cola?
I haven't been able to drink a slushy since, and that was about 10 or something over 10 years ago.
Ever want to break yourself of like a certain
That's good for you.
sugar habit?
All right.
Just have a gallon of it.
A gallon.
Okay, how about now? Yeah, but yeah, so I'm just like,
So you're just chilling. So eventually, the fire will start to burn down, having no more fuel to put on it. It'll be fine though, because the cavern itself will start to lighten up as rays of sunlight are going to pierce down through the snowstorm outside, through the hole in the roof, casting a soft morning glow across the room. And all of you will start to wake up, the light slowly intruding on your dreams. Some of you are having dreams of old loves. Some of you are having dreams of friends and burning flesh.
Erlen Sparrow the nightcap.
Sphera's having good sleep. And you are having dreams of old friends. And as the first rays of sunlight reach down and cover all of you, you'll open your eyes and suddenly notice that there's a woman standing over Malia. The rays of sunlight cast through her form. She's a dwarven woman, thickly built, the one who you saw last night. You will recognize her immediately as Sveta Broodfist, who you'd only ever met once or twice as a child. She looks down at you, her face no longer waxed and wan in death. She looks somewhat healed and somewhat whole again, and looks down at you.
I'll take it back. In Dwarven.
She'll nod once and fade away with the morning sunrise. And the temperature in the room will actually go up about 10 degrees. What are we going to do?
I was gonna be like, what?
So all of you see this ghost dissipate into the morning light.
Not what I was expecting to wake up to.
I was gonna say, I did a good job. I made sure nothing was in there. That wasn't my fault.
Wasn't your fault, Farah will say, waking up and pulling off her hat. Or your hat, putting on her hat. This is great for Cavernamians. Thank you, Michael. Alright. Alright, Farah says.
Sleepy.
Sleeping in a cavern is not my favorite. I want to go back to a bed.
Yeah, let's make it to a bed tonight. If you can.
Is it good enough outside for us to go?
Well, it looks like there's sun.
Is it still bright after that?
It's looking up through the hole in the roof. You can see that it's glowing white. The type of glow you can only get when the sun pierces down through moving snow. That gray, bright brilliance.
The one that kind of hurts your eyes more.
Oh
than
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a floodlight.
Blinding.
Oh,
That's solid snow blindness right there.
Well,
We'll go to the cave mouth and we'll check it out, I guess.
Stop yawning.
I'm sorry. I'm
Where is making me yawn?
cheese anyone?
Cheese!
Cheese.
Cheese.
Breakfast cheese!
You have a breakfast of cheese and probably some beer
Oh,
and
yes.
rations.
Yeah.
Because calories are important. And then
What a
especially
breakfast.
when you're cold, calories are important.
Yes.
And as you make your way through your breakfast and through the bread that you had in your backpack, you'll eventually head to the mouth of the cavern. And looking out, you can see that there is... The snow is still swirling outside. Mike, make me a survival roll. Anybody who has survival, please help Mike out.
Sure. I will attempt to.
19.
12.
Ooh, 19
don't have
as
it
well
trained.
from me. Okay.
That's
does that
fine.
matter?
Nope.
Is it survival?
That would be 21.
25.
All right, so what'd you get?
12.
12? It's not a fail. So looking outside, you surmise pretty quickly the ranger and the druid, with Malia being used to dealing with the mountainous terrain as well. It's not great out there, but it's better than it was the day before. And with slow effort, and if you start soon, you might be able to make it to Steep Hollow by the evening.
Yes.
And we've still got the snow.
Or pardon me, not to Steep Hollow, to Dogrun Bridge.
Yeah.
Darn it.
And then, oh, sorry. Before you head out, I do have one other thing I want to correct. And did you sell the portrait?
We did the
I
of the
think
woman.
it's in a
Yeah.
It is in.
scroll,
It's
like-
in a poster.
Tube? Yeah.
Poster
Yes, you
tube
saw
and
it.
bag of holding.
That is not. I mistakenly said that it was a woman named Marielda. That was me listening to too much of the podcast Friends at the Table, and that's their home setting. It was Amy correctly reminded me that the character was named Lady Marine. Marine.
I remember.
Yeah, so it was
her
not
now.
Marielda, it was Marine. And it always has been Marine. Marine from the basement of Pit Marin. Okay, so just that has been said, we may move forward.
Okay.
All right, so
But
never.
that ties it into some of the earlier stuff that we did, right?
Yep.
Okay, now that makes more sense.
And I'm just going to write that down in big letters in my notes. Cool.
Okay.
All right, so now we can actually move to my main notes. So what do you do?
Well, let's get out of here while it's still early. Got a long day ahead of us.
Farah will bury herself up in her fur coat. The Yeti fur one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And I guess you'll all head out, leaving the cavern behind you.
Yeah.
Do you seal that magic door behind you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you do, you'll see the runes shiver and shimmer with bluish light that will illuminate the cavern's interior. And then the light will die, and it'll be just simple dwarven carvings on a stone wall. You head up and out. Going across the cold road, you can see that this actually, it's not great out here. Snow whirls and whips at your face. It plasters your hood to the side of your hair. The cold wind laps at the warm spots at the back of your neck. At any exposed flesh at your wrist or elbows. It tries to crawl inside of your shirt. But for those of you who like the outdoors, this isn't necessarily unpleasant. It's just par for course. And fair enough, as you can see, there are a number of even wild animals running around. The cold road itself does follow this ancient winding road across the earth scar, but the wall to the left of you that you have to follow the entire way to Dogrun Bridge, it is steepled. You could climb up to the top of the mountain if you so chose, and there are a number of animals, including a bunch of snow foxes that you'll find running, chasing, yipping at each other.
Do that little pounce.
Yep, doing that little pounce. Their feet are so narrow. It's like arrow points lodging, and one of them will leap and vanish into the snow on the side of one of the embankments.
Did you see that?
And a moment later will come up with a shrieking rat in its jaws. This rat is bluish white in tinge with a thick, thick fur, almost like a guinea pig. And with a simple it will stop shrieking as it clamps its jaw down around its spine.
Snow potato.
Ah. That thing reminds me of a pet my sister once had. How my family spoiled that girl. Well, that's interesting.
How long until we make it somewhere?
Quite a while still.
I don't like it. It's gold.
Me too.
Ah.
Just keep watching the foxes and you'll be fine.
They are
That
Cute.
very cute.
those? Point.
Yes, that's a snow fox.
They're very soft too. And they have bushy tails.
Do you think they're warm?
They are quite warm. But they poop everywhere.
Not if you skin them.
I need gloves made from that.
Oh, that would be that would be fantastic.
A scarf.
Occasional
And a jacket.
mittens. And a little pillbox hat. Occasionally you'll just see Farah lean down and like breathe steam into her hands.
Oh, calm down, girl.
Like, okay, are we gonna end up taking some foxes off this route?
Let's just keep moving.
We don't have the time or resources to actually see them and make it useful.
What did you remember?
Yeah, I was looking for my little flip book, but I don't know where it is, so.
Oh, the green one?
Yeah.
It's in the Starfinder binder.
Oh, okay.
So it's just in the closet, if you want to grab it. Alright, so you'll continue down the way, and about 3.5 hours are going to pass. It's hard to tell. You'll see that little vague light in the sky that is the sun slowly migrate across the white expanse above you. And when it's just a little cocked in the sky,
Yeah.
it's probably noonish, a little past noon, you'll see some shapes up ahead in the distance through the light. And Amy, can you go ahead and put the blue on the table?
Ooh,
You
stuff
win
is
too?
happening.
Man, I've got another mini egg.
Yeah.
Yes, you may have it.
Put them over there.
Mike, if you can open the closet real quick and grab the Starfinder.
This one?
Yeah.
What way?
That way. Yeah, put it straight. Put the blue wall piece on the left.
On the
The binder with the pink.
So I think
your left?
Yeah, you can just leave it there.
Like
Yeah. No. The entire plastic container. There's a notebook inside of it. Can you grab that for Christine?
Kelly?
So you know what? I'll just use this. So little more off the side. Just kind of tip it. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's good.
And then it looks like a wall.
Yeah.
Does that work? Or we want to not use that?
Flip that thing. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's fine.
I can do. I don't. Doesn't really matter.
Alright.
I like that.
Ah!
Just
I destroyed a caravan.
Oh.
here, Amy. Just put this under it.
Yeah.
All right, and can you move the caravan pieces right there, and the broken one is going to
Okay.
be
You have to
so
do it
broken
again.
one there.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. Like that or the way?
That's perfect. And then put the other two in front of it.
Like they're kind of like in a row. Like are they connected or?
Yes, they are. And then can you... Oh, I don't need him out there. Can you please place those around the board?
Oh no.
Okay.
So basically that. So the pack animals are going to be at the fronts of these.
The horses.
Yep.
Horse.
Yeah.
Like yo.
Yo, basically, you can have them laying down if they want it. Yeah, that's right. I went to a dollar store and bought a bunch of little figurines.
You had fun.
I waste way too much money at dollar stores.
Okay. So there's some horses. What am I doing with the other ones?
So can you put the animals kind of around the middle portion?
Like yo, kind of.
Yo, yeah, just leave them around. It's fine. And then can you put
It's
Piglet.
asleep.
her?
Isn't that?
That's a Miko Kaijutsu.
I
Yeah,
was about to
that's what I have. So yeah, put her up on top of that wagon, and put Bro with the sword right about
Sword bros.
there.
Yo.
And then all your figures should be around here
These
somewhere.
little guys.
Just put them somewhere. I don't care.
Mm.
It is irrelevant to me.
They haven't learned to use their legs yet.
They're babies. Okay, and then there's this like
Here.
weird block thing.
Yeah, that'll be
Okay.
just a random
And
NPC.
these guys?
And just put them up the front.
Didn't we use this one for?
Yeah, that's the Miko Kaijutsu's brother, Pseudo.
Like up front, you said?
Holy crap.
Got something
Like
stuck.
here and.
You're so
Yep,
cute.
just right around there.
I have so many spells.
All right, so I'm just having them there for my own purposes. They don't actually have the weapons that they seem to have.
Okay.
Put him up too, actually.
Put that away.
Cool. I'll take my thing back.
Nice lantern. You like.
Yeah, that's why I cat him. So, and then go ahead and put this down. This is going to be a kid. So put him up in one of the carts.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Oh my god.
Cool. Thanks for the patience setup. So, as you approach down the way, you can see that there's it looks like a short wagon train up ahead. Several thick plow horses, or no, Clydesdales. The ones with the thick furred hooves.
Oh yeah.
Kind of idly wandering around within the length of their reins, looking for things to munch on. There's very little out here, so they're mostly boredly looking around. Are you trying to approach stealthily?
I want to know. Try and.
Can we tell through the snow?
You can see that there are a few figures walking around, but dark vision doesn't go through impediment.
So, the snow will block us a bit.
But at the same time, it's a caravan on a
you can
well-traveled road.
Everyone
so.
can make me a perception roll.
16.
16.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's too cold for me. I'm cold.
So who got above a 17? Just you?
24.
Holy shit. All right, so you'll hear bickering up ahead. Look, it's never going to get up if we don't use a lever. We need to get something big enough that's actually going to pivot this thing up. Look, I know that you think you know what you're doing, boy, but it's not that simple. We don't have anything that can work under this amount of stress. We'll have to unload the thing first. We don't have time to unload the entire cart, old man. The animals will freeze to death. And that's what you're going to come up to. giving it another moment, you'll also probably hear the sound, the unmistakable sound of a wife sighing in frustration. Because that has a perfect... Will you two just shut up? Stop arguing and fix the damn cart.
I'll kind of comment quietly to the rest. Well, it sounds like it's regular people. They've broken their cart and they're arguing about how to fix it.
Alright, well, let's go see if maybe we can help.
We should approach with caution, though.
Yeah.
They might be a bit wary.
Yeah, they might set their pig on us.
Alright.
What?
I think I see a pig up ahead.
Honestly, it's hard to tell through the snow.
That's
It
true.
could be
Anything. Truth.
Did they sound dwarvish?
They did not. Yeah,
Were they speaking common
They were
then?
speaking common.
Okay.
So yes, I should have mentioned that. So they were speaking common up ahead. And...
Well, I'll run up and go say hello.
Okay, so sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, I'll also head up. Kind of cautiously, though.
Alright, so as you approach, you can see that there's a middle-aged man, kind of on the scrawnier side, human, wearing some thick clothes. And the fact that he manages to look that thin in spite of the winter clothing he's wearing must say something about his physique. He's very tall, though. Almost 6'5", and must be skeletally thin. He's wearing actually a thick stocking hat, because of course he is, and has wispy blonde hair for his beard that's starting to come in gray around the chin and corners of the lips. He's squinting down, and you can see that the back wheel of that last cart has completely just shattered.
Sucks.
There's a man next to him, younger, probably in his early 20s, with a thick beard as well, dark black, almost a bluish tinge of black. The man's fairly handsome, with a large scar bisecting the bridge of his nose. And as you approach, he'll turn around and, "Hey, who goes there?" And he'll scrabble along some, it looks like a backpack that's been discarded at the ground, and he'll grab a scabbarded sword off of the ground. "Who goes there?"
Hello. We're just travelers.
"They're just travelers. Shut up."
We're on our way to Dogrun Bridge.
The older man turns. That makes, how many of you are there?
There's 5.
That makes 10 of us then.
Looks like you're in a little spot of bother with the wheel there.
Damn thing gave up. It's not used to being this full. Normally we don't transport heavier things. As it is. You don't happen to have a cart of your own or any tools with you?
We do not have a cart. We're all on foot.
Any big strong men with you?
Well,
Not particularly.
I look at Malia.
we have a dwarf and me.
And I'm somewhat strong, I suppose.
We have a half-orc.
It's a good sight. Well met.
Good question.
Yeah.
The mending cantrip.
Yes.
I don't know if I can repair the
That's
whole
it?
thing at once. I think I have to do smaller chunks, but I might be able to fix things unless it's completely shattered. That might take
What
some
it
time.
is completely snapped in half.
So if I do each segment at a time,
No, actually, you
A
can.
single break or tear.
If you can bring
I
this.
also have mended.
Basically,
handy.
what you would have to do, you can repair the wheel, and then you just need to lift the cart to put it back on. So that's actually very easy.
yeah, we might be able to do something about the wheel though.
Really?
If you can get it hoisted up.
Yeah. I'm sure I could do it. The younger man looks around.
Do you have anything to block that corner up?
I mean, not really. We normally would have some crates or something like that, but right now it's just chicken coops and vegetable. What, baskets? It's mostly baskets, the older man will say.
Might have to unload it then first.
See, that's what I was saying to you. We have to unload it.
Hey, I'm sure it won't take too long
And
with all of us.
That would be very appreciated.
Can I go kind of like pull it a little, see how heavy it is?
The entire cart?
Yeah, just kind of push on it.
It's quite full. And glancing in the back, you can actually see, like, under one of the flaps, it looks like it's mostly full of vegetables. Mostly potatoes, other, like, root vegetables. Like, honestly, the kind of stuff that that lasts forever in cold environments.
The heavy stuff.
The heavy
veg.
stuff, right? Starches, things like that.
Yeah.
Can the two of us together hold hold this thing up?
How strong are spear halves? Because I technically have 2 spare spears strapped to me.
Thinks like twice as strong as a broom handle. So probably not
enough to actually lever with.
not enough to lever. You'd probably be better just using your own strength and your gauntlets. So the two of you. So there's enough that I think about 6 people can help with this. So the way it's going to work is that both of them, and as you're going up, the older man will say, "It's really appreciate you stopping to do this. There was another group that came through not too long ago, walked right past us.
It happens.
My name's Reaver.
Tia Armstrong.
Nice to meet you. That's my wife up there." He'll gesture at the front of the cart. And Mie, my daughter, Chelsea, and Eden and Theo are in the cart, my sons. Thanks for introducing me. I'm Pace. I'm a sellsword. I'm here to guard the caravan. Are we gonna lift?
Let's lift.
Do it.
Can I get everyone to make me a perception check?
17.
Clearly I'm distracted because that's
All right.
8.
24.
24. Jesus.
11 for me.
Alright, so second
10 for
19 I've rolled
Farah.
tonight.
All right. So as they prepare to start lifting some stuff up, the two of you will notice that, like, Pace takes a second. He's wearing, like, splint mail. Like, it must be quite cold in this weather. He seems not to be playing up to that. But what he does do is do a nice long, like, kind of cricky stretch beforehand. This is going to be pretty heavy, old man. You better watch yourself. Don't want to throw your back out. And he seems to be leaning on that attitude a bit and glancing back. And both of you will notice that the daughter, who's about 17, he's making sure to do this in nice plain view of the daughter. All right. We lift on 3. 1, 2. All right, everybody who's lifting, make a roll.
I'll help.
Oh yeah.
Just adding strength to that, or?
You get a nat 22?
Yeah.
So did I. Yeah, so just roll, add your strength.
That's a 7
That's
from
15.
Okay, so...
So 24 total.
So 24. So who got a 12 or above total?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so that is more than 50%. Did it. So did you...
I figured I'd fix the wheel first
Okay,
and then
so-
would have helped them.
Do you think so?
Would that make the most sense?
I
probably have at least a little bit of understanding of how these carts work.
You know what? We didn't say it beforehand, and I would have liked to have roleplayed that. So we'll just say that you start to lift it, and the 4 of them manage to get it up. The old man doesn't manage to put... Actually, was the old man purple or American?
I think it would be funny if he was American and the sellsword was purple.
Oh, because you can see what the dice are. Stop looking at my dice. All right.
really hard.
So the sellsword. So Pace is going to put his shoulder into it, and his boots kind of slip out a bit under him. He's not. He can't quite get a handle on this to push. And as the old man just leans back into it, using his considerable leverage to help you, you'll manage to, with a great groan, lift the cart up almost a foot.
Lift with the knees.
Do what you're gonna do fast if you're gonna do it.
Tia, get that wheel on.
Working on
I
it.
believe in you.
Do you have it?
Go, Tia.
Does it work?
Do you have this up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
I'll help you with the wheel.
Okay.
Pace will drop down, and dropping some of the pretense will grab the wheel, and I don't know what you're gonna do, but do it. And you'll just...
Whatever it is with this
So you just cast it.
Well, it takes a minute to cast.
All right, so let's.
Presentation.
Vocal, somatic, and material.
Yeah,
All
so I've
right,
got-
so can I get one more roll off of the three of us?
18.
18. I got.
That is 19.
I got 19 off of Old Man.
Okay. Looks
So
like a good
so
staying up
Reaver
again.
has a 19 on that.
19.
Damn. Okay, so the three of us are going to be able to keep shouldering it up for a full minute. It's your muscles will start to strain. You can actually see a vein start to come across Malia's forehead.
You guys are so cool. Keep it up.
The corded muscles
we are.
of your necks are starting to just bunch up. And as you're casting this,
Your
And-
dreams are made of.
you are going to see little roots begin to, like the veins in Malia's forehead or of Xeno's neck, start to course out around the wheel. And these little tiny vines will begin to wrap around the brake and pull it together.
You.
And then will start to dissolve into nothing as the earth itself seems to mend it together and erase its presence, leaving just the barest bit of viney leaf, like a seam across.
That's kind of cool.
Little sprouts of leaves that will start to freeze immediately.
Did you do it? Does that mean it's fixed?
Can we set it?
Got it.
Tia, get that damn wheel on.
Working on it.
All right, so go ahead and make me a wisdom roll to change a tire.
To change a tire. I know how to change. I should know how to change tires. God.
Well, we'll see.
You're an independent half-orc.
What'd you get?
Do you want to use
So
your
just wisdom?
inspiration?
I didn't say I was going to.
Oh.
Is that just straight wisdom? Or
We'll say it can be wisdom or intelligence, or it can be just
like it wouldn't be survival or like
yeah, sure.
okay. In that case it's 12.
Hey, that's not a 9. Great.
Yay!
All right, so you'll manage to pop the wheel back on the side of the cart, and as soon as you do so, are you going to give them a signal or have them keep holding?
I want to make sure it's good and on there, but then I'll be like, everyone, you
All
can let
right.
it down.
Gently.
With
Yeah,
a-
don't drop it.
Okay. With a tremendous groan, you're going to see the seam on your wheel start to strain and
No.
hold.
Okay.
Oh.
It looks fixed.
Yay, Tia.
Hopefully.
Thank you. We couldn't have done it without you.
You might want to try getting proper replacements when you can.
We'll try. We were meant to be hauling mostly silk and furs and things like that. We're it was the damnedest thing actually. We were doing a run to Steep Hollow to do some trading. Normally we do some of the importing of some of their fineries from there for Dogrun.
Fineries.
And I got a message right in the middle of it. I work for Jarl Marlowe. Right in the middle of it to abandon our sales and buy potatoes and breadstuffs and salts.
Huh.
It's the damnedest thing. It's just echoes across the cavern, a deep guttural roar. And then
A horn?
almost. But it's a roar just in the pitch of that.
Dragon roar?
No, something deeper. Make me a nature check, everyone. You may make this. This is gonna be DC 12.
15.
Haha.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah. I managed 15 as well.
That's
I
17 for
managed
me.
7.
17.
17. All of you will recognize this.
That sounds closer.
It does sound closer. And as you glance around quickly, can I get a perception roll off of everybody?
Oh no.
You will recognize.
Nat 20.
Holy- Your dice are loving you.
19.
For
After
now.
last
The
time?
moment the fight starts, though, they're gonna go to shit.
Probably. Yeah.
That's just-
one.
Just karma.
16 for me.
Okay.
What was the name of the Jarl?
Marlowe.
Marlowe.
And
I'm glad you said because I was gonna say Marlboro and I'm like that's not it.
Marlboro.
I'm gonna say that when I go to say.
wait,
That sounds closer. Something's gonna happen.
Where's my the card.
I'm just gonna
Uh-oh.
duck out for some ibuprofen.
That sounds great.
Can you
I need to look something up real
Why don't you
quick.
grab me some? Thank you.
Because the...
What do you think?
Yeah.
Mike, can you open the closet real quick? There should be a... there's a bin inside of there that has some of the Monster Manual cards. I think I misplaced the exact one that I need. Are there any bins there that have the Monster Manual cards in them?
And it wouldn't be any of the ones up there?
The boxes?
There's 2 bins on the... next to the TV. One of those ones?
No.
Here,
Okay.
MS.
I'm just gonna... Okay, so in that case, can you grab me Volo's Guide to Monsters? It's on the shelf right under the camera, so just don't touch the camera.
Don't touch the camera.
Oh, I see it.
Otherwise, I'll just Google it real quick because I have like half of the thing I need.
That's half more than you don't otherwise have.
Well, I've got some of them. Basically, is the fun of this.
So basically, I need to keep my arms always stretched straight because it hurts.
Yeah.
You're gonna be strong.
Okay, so it's not in
I am
here.
strong. I have biceps. It's fantastic.
I theoretically have some under this.
I used
It
to.
actually feels kind of firm under there. Like, this is fantastic. But Budgicles,
Alright.
it hurts.
Fudgicles.
Vegetables.
I've already said that a few times, so.
That's fine.
One of the guys at my work has biceps that are larger circumference than Julia's waist.
That's terrifying.
All right.
Julia is tiny.
I know, but that's still terrifying.
Still a big bicep.
Yeah.
What?
He's like,
Oh, that's a grater. I don't need a grater. I just need the regular.
he's like, guess
Hey,
how
there
much
we
our
go.
bench last night? I'm like, how much? And he's like, 800 pounds. I'm like,
That's
How
probably
many?
that's probably a lie, but okay.
and then I was like, was that free or was that Smith machine? And he's like, Smith. I'm like, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
And
ridiculous.
Still a lot.
All right, so up above you will hear a tremendous roar, and will recognize that strange, monstrous, guttural language that you last encountered in Steep Hollow. And who got a perception roll of? Let's see, what'd you get? You got a nat 20. You got a
19.
19. You got
I got a 16.
16.
Yeah, 16.
1.
1. All right.
Because
And,
of the negative
You're like,
one.
ooh.
cool. And then Farrah
I
got
was
like
like,
a
that
17.
sounds close. Bonk.
Okay. So, what you are going to see, Amy, grab these. Can you put one there?
Like here?
Yep. And one there. That's just going to be assumed to be, yep,
So like up on the ledge?
up on the
Okay.
ledge. And then one more there.
Up here?
Yes. And what you are going to see is 3 more Yetis emerging from the snow. You'll just hear the sound echoing back and forth across the chasm. But 3 Yetis, 2 of them flanking, are snarling and are looking just like the ones that you fought before. But that one in the center, oh no. It's bigger,
Oh,
quite larger.
boo.
It looks to you like an alpha. And it is the one that is roaring and yelling down at you. And I do not have all of
Are
its...
we in open air right now?
Yes, you are. Can I get an initiative roll off of everyone? Alright, so...
That's where it failed. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Right
call
in combat.
I'll call initiative in just a second.
So this is not like last game where we just wrecked.
Yeah. No.
No.
Alright, holy crap, I rolled really poorly for me. Alright.
That means good things for us.
Maybe that does
No.
make good things. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, like our little friends roll really poorly?
Yeah.
Oh.
No crap.
Boo.
Well,
Okay, so initiative. Okay, well,
Possibly.
he has a 0+0 initiative, so that's good. Can I get initiative 20 and up? Cool. Can I get initiative 15 and up? Okay, what'd you get?
16.
16.
Okay, who has the higher initiative bonus?
4.
It's gonna be Mars.
No.
Oh, really?
I think isn't that your
What's-
initiative there?
Yeah, that's my
6.
initiative mod.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say. No,
How did you? Dang.
It's
Gloomstalker.
oh,
Right.
Gloomstalker.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why. That's why.
Okay, so it's
Oh.
Special sneaky stealth stuff.
Oh, hey, I'm not gonna forget about my extra attacks this time.
Do not forget about that. No.
Yeah, please don't. Please really don't. So that's Mars. Then there's... Okay, going down the list. Then 15. 15? Okay. My god, the helpful NPCs got, like, the shittiest rolls. 10 and up.
Eee, I
What'd
got a 12.
Christine, what'd you get?
5.
Okay, so I'll be with you in a second.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
Yeti 2,
Oh, some of this might be useful.
and then Pace, and then 5. Okay, then Farah, and then Malia at the rear. All right, so allow me to just change some music real quick and close the Star Trek: The Next Generation episode I was watching. No, close. I don't know. I've been watching so much Star Trek recently to get ready for our new Star Trek game. I made it so.
Prepared.
What? No. Where's all my tabletop audio? I don't need to know whether or not dogs can eat garlic.
I already know they can't.
They can eat it in small quantities.
They probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, that is the correct one. Okay, we don't need Clash of Kings. We need Slaughtered Ox, Solemn Vow. No, I want combat. I need combat music. Combat music, please.
You sure you don't want the slaughtered ox?
No, that's a tavern.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just imagining, like,
Do dripping sound of blood.
maybe, like, an ox that's, like, going into... Yeah.
In the death throes.
Yeah.
Medieval battle. No, that's just ambience. I just want combat music. Give me combat music, damn it. Oh, skirmish. Here we go.
How else are we supposed to know it's a fight?
Oh, it's on. Roll for
You
initiative.
need to play the poke.
All right, so up on the ledge, you're going to hear that guttural roar again. Another prayer, a call out to that abominable creature. Well, that was a bad joke. Another call out to that ancient evil Freeter. Hey, what? Abominable Yetis can be mages?
How about
Please no!
Let's not.
Yet. If it's really ripped,
Oh,
is
it
it
is in
an
the monster
abdominal
manual.
Yeti snowman?
Where's the...
It's right here, honey.
Is it? Please.
It's got a six-pack. Would you call it an abdominal?
All right, you lose initiative, Amy.
I think that should gain initiative.
No.
You lose
There we go.
permanent
Cool.
inspiration.
All
I
right.
think I'm plenty inspired.
At the beginning of the round, the first Yeti, we're going to say Yeti 1 is that one. Yep.
Okay.
Is going to roar. And let's see. Is going to target.
Put that on it. It's
Yeah.
sticky.
Do we need to have us on here somewhere?
That's one.
Yeah, go ahead and move. You were over by the wheel, so put yourselves over there. Yeah.
Here.
Is going to target.
Put the other one.
Where were you?
I was hanging out with you guys at the back, just being useless.
You were our cheer squad.
Cool. Oh yes, I was doing
Two.
Thank you.
You were
All
pretending
right,
you were
so-
a guard,
I'm not good at it.
but less useful.
Sad. Ouch.
So down at the base there, the first Yeti is going to roar down at Mie, Reaver's wife, as she. So she's just and she is going to grab one of her children, a 10-year-old boy who's just watching his father work, and is going to actually shrug off what you know to be that chilling gaze that these have. She's going to sweep him up and dive toward the cart.
There.
The Yeti is going to move him.
So she's running towards the park.
Yeah, so they're going to just move them there and move the Yeti there because it's going to advance. All right, Zeno.
Alright, so I'm going to make an attack against probably advancing Yeti.
All right, with your bow.
Yeah. with my
Okay,
bow.
so you'll have to spend a bonus action to pick up your bow.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
Can't you move while drawing bow? Isn't that one of the things you in 5e?
Yes, but it still counts a bonus action. I think that was Pathfinder, actually, that you get him move and draw at the same time. But you guys had a round or two to figure this out, so you know what? You can already have your bow out.
Where
Okay.
is he going?
I'm just gonna stay where I was.
Oh, okay. You're just
Yeah.
doing your thing.
I'm just doing my thing. So I'm gonna also try Hunter's Mark on this guy. Well, I'm just going to do Hunter's Mark on this guy.
On number 1?
On number 1.
Okay.
And then let's go with may I borrow a d20? So I'm gonna attack.
Alright, so go ahead. And you're doing 3 attacks?
Yeah, so that is
Because it's the first round of combat, you get 3?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. So that is a 17,
That's a hit.
a 12,
That's a hit.
and a 24.
And that's a hit.
Okay.
I'm assuming that you guys are close enough inside of here that there's no snow blindness, at least right on this perch. So within about 30 feet, you should be okay, which you just are at the end of.
All right. So
So roll me damage 3 times.
Adds 4, 5, 6.
Oh, and Mike, we are going to be using the amended rules where your favorite enemy does +2 damage each hit.
Okay.
So we'll look those up after game, but that's for dragon types.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16?
Yes. 16, 17, 18.
And you're remembering to add any other bonuses you may have?
Oh yeah, you had your dex for that too, right?
Not to your damage.
Oh no, that's to hit.
Wait, do you add your dex for damage?
I think you just
Yeah, you
add
do.
dex. Oh, you
You
do?
do.
Okay,
Depends
17.
on the weapon.
On a bow, I
Yeah.
believe
With
you
a
do.
bow, I
Yes,
think it was.
it
Yeah.
is.
So that's 20.
Sorry, I'm still in Starfinder mode. Thankfully, there's no more Starfinder for a while. so
It's
that'll
true.
help.
So yes, that is 20.
20. That is a
17,
solid,
18, 19, 20. Yes, that's the
a
point.
solid trio of hits.
Yeah, because I didn't take -5 on any of those. So
All right. So Zeno is going to leer back, draw 3 arrows from his quiver, and fire 3 bolts into. Sorry.
that would be 23 because I only have the heavy arrows.
Okay.
I don't have any of the normal ones.
He's going to fire 3 heavy arrows into the white fur of the Yeti. You're going to see the snow falling down, stained with dark blood. And Marisol, you're up.
Okay, so you went after the first one, yeah?
Yeah. So
Number 1.
that one's there. That one's inside of reaching distance. It's basically about 10 feet up on a ledge. These 2 are a bit higher up. So picture them like if this is the side of a cliff,
Yeah.
right? And you're about this big. They're up here. This one's down here.
Could I still probably reach this one with my own bows and arrows?
Yes, with ranged weapons, you absolutely could.
Then yeah, that's what I'm going to do until it advances closer, because then I'm going to read up on the player's handbook after my turn to see if there's anything else I can do.
Yeah.
So otherwise my sneak attack I had to have someone on the other side.
Yeah, you need to have someone else engaging with them in melee.
Yeah.
So now, since these take up a 10-foot space, because they have reach,
Yeah.
so they're a large creature, do you have to be, if a thing hits everything within a 5-foot radius, like if within 5 feet of the point,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody is next to one of those, they're still 5 feet, right?
Yes.
Yes!
And so that what it basically means is they can reach an extra square to hit you, which means if you wanted to run up and do physical fighting with them, you'd have to go inside of their attack of opportunity range. But if you want to hit them with a spell attack, so long as you're like,
So if they take up that
Yeah.
4 or 5 feet squares,
Mhm.
and somebody's right there,
yep,
and I hit that square there,
they're the whole thing. Actually, there's a cute little grid in here that explains the whole thing.
I just want to double check because
Holy shit, that's yep,
Is it what I think it was?
yeah, of course.
read
it is.
it. It is fantastic.
All right. So, what are you gonna do, Mars?
So I hit it with a 25,
Yes, you absolutely did.
and I rolled my damage with the d6 and got a 3.
All right, and you add your dexterity to that.
It just
My
lasts
dexterity
for
4, so
duration.
7.
7 total, and that's that one.
That's
All right, that's a
I
pretty
know,
solid
right?
hit. Is that with a crossbow or with a short bow?
I just have a short bow.
Okay, so you'll draw back and fire, and you will hear that satisfying as it pierces flesh and bone, and you can see an arrow jutting out of his side, lodged between a pair of ribs.
Cool.
All right, now it is my turn. The one in the center is going to seem to laugh for half a second, and is going to Amy.
Yep.
This one is going to leap down here to one of the lower ledges.
Okay.
And along here, I need every single person in this row to make me a dexterity save.
So is that gonna hit Mike as well, or was it this way?
He would land. Move him over about half an inch.
Like
So
here?
it's gonna hit everybody here. Malia,
'Cause I'm here.
23.
23, you're fine.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's gonna hit you for sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely
All of us are gonna have to make a save.
For what was it?
This is a dexterity save.
15?
Oh, pardon me. This is a Constitution save.
Oh, fantastic. 18.
The 19.
12.
20 from me total.
Okay, so I need an 18 on that. Did everybody get one?
Yeah.
I got a
I
12.
just got it.
You did. All right, cool. So that means that you're going to take half as much damage on this. So I need more d8s. One sec. Yeah, basically. Okay, that's a d8. That's a d8. That's a d8. Okay. Okay. Who succeeded?
I think we all did.
Except for Mike.
Oh,
Except for me.
Except for Mike and except for Pace. Pace did not either.
Screw off pace.
You kind of want him on your side at this point, I'm not going to lie.
That's true.
It's still mildly amusing as players.
Yes.
5.
As characters, we're probably going, oh shit.
yee.
Yeah,
As
like,
players, on the other hand, it's kind of amusing.
yes.
Okay, that's...
Because he was a bit of a...
This is all I
He
have.
was trying to impress the lady.
Okay, so
Kid.
everybody, so...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is
I
fancy.
mean, I don't think he's that old. He
This is-
didn't seem like he was that old either.
can I borrow 3d8? Or pardon
But
me.
as a sellsword, you kind of get the impression that he's probably going to want to, like, screw around on the trip and then
Shit, yeah.
bugger off. and leave
No,
it
I
behind.
need...
Possibly.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so... I need, as many d8s as you guys can spare me, really.
Oof, okay.
Well, I've got 3.
I've got one.
Okay. Alright.
I've got
I just need one. What you're gonna borrow? Oh, okay, I just need
Wait,
one.
why he needs that many d8s?
Yeah, that's concerning.
Danger.
Stuff, if there's anything
Okay,
else.
Yeah, there's danger.
Danger, danger, danger.
Danger. Danger.
Danger, danger, danger.
Ranger danger.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
It's true. So that's
This is where Xeno dies.
8, 30.
Hopefully not.
Sorry for the delay, guys. You'll understand in a second.
It's probably a lot of math and a lot of danger.
It is a lot of math and a lot of danger. Okay, so 4, 4, 9, 30. Yeah, it's not 30. Learn how to math, Kelly. It's 20. Okay, the Yeti with the horns growing out of its forehead, it's going to leap, slamming into the ground. You can see the ice underneath its paws, its pawed-furred feet crack, and it's going to roar, and as it does, a gout of ice and wind is going to erupt from its gullet, dealing 22 points of damage, 23 points of damage, 21 points of damage to Farah.
Holy.
20 points of damage to you, and I still have to roll for Winter. Hold on.
Jesus, that was on a successful save.
Yes, 3, 7, 15 points for you. And let me roll for Pace because he takes. Oh wait, you take full, don't you?
No, Mike.
No, I took full.
Oh,
That's why I was kind
I'm
of
sorry,
like,
bud.
how the hell did Mike have less
So
than
Mike,
me?
I apologize, Mike. Take an additional 28.
Are you dead?
Oh yes, very much so.
Are you dead?
Oh, very much so. So that was 22 and 28?
So it's 50 total.
Oh god, yes.
How many hit points do you have?
39.
You should have.
Wait, at level 5?
Yeah.
Did you roll hit points last level?
Because I have 61.
And adding your Constitution bonus each time.
I have 45. Is that not
Yeah, but
He
you're a
doesn't have a
thief.
great
Yeah, but
con
that's
bonus.
Yeah, but he's a ranger, so he gets D10 every level.
Yeah,
Did you roll hit points last level?
because you should have 5 hit die. You're level 5 now.
Oh,
You're not level 4.
Yeah. Did you forget to roll your hit points last level?
I think so.
Okay, so roll a D10. What'd you get?
5.
I mean, yeah. So
And then-
add what's your con mod?
2.
So add 7 to your total hit points.
Okay, so that's still dead.
That's still unconscious.
Yeah, it's still unconscious. So that's what, 46 total.
That's way better. I still feel like that's a little low.
Wait, especially since I have 61 with a D8.
Yeah, and I'm at 46.
How do you have 61?
I rolled really well, I think, a few levels.
Well, if you have a D8.
And I've got a +4 con mod.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think
so
I
you
have.
almost rolled max every time.
And I think I had something where every level hit point goes up by 1
Oh, because you're a dwarf.
too. So
Yes.
Okay, whose blue dice is this?
that's mine.
Okay, whose are these?
One sec. Those ones are mine.
Okay.
I think you just grab one for me.
I'm
The
orange.
stormy one's mine. Storm dice.
All right. I hopefully
That's
want.
Kelly's.
Is that one of mine?
I think that's one of yours.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you've got some back there.
All right, cool. All right, so it's going to erupt a gout, and Pace and Zeno are both going to go down. Yeti number 1 is going to leap down and try to tear into You Are High, Farah's Low. Into Farah.
Yeti 1, this guy here?
Pardon me, Yeti 2.
Oh,
Yeti
yes,
2.
like-
So that guy's going to leap down right there.
Like here,
Yeah.
basically?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, move the bin of your figures. Like this.
So it's like right on the edge
Move
here?
that off the board.
Or is he
Okay.
still up on the ledge?
He's going to be right down, and he
Okay.
is going to start tearing into Farah. And is going to... What's my attack bonus? 1 hit, 1 miss. Thank God.
Is bad.
And that is a lot of damage. Okay, she's got 38 hit points, I think. So that is minus 10, and she took 20 before. Or no, she took 22 before. So that is 30. She has 6 hit points left. All right, so it's going to swipe. She's going to duck underneath, and you're going to see a spray of blood as it snaps one of her ribs with a side swipe. Amy, you're up.
Right, so I'm going to cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
God damn it, Amy!
Because, do you want me to do something else? I can do something else.
No, I want you to do as much damage as you
I'm
can.
gonna try. Because as long as it's in effect before I change into a bear, it'll still be active. I cast Wing the Wall. No, it's from me.
I
Sleet
guess I'm
Storm.
not that
I think this
control.
thing's pretty. I was hoping I had something with fire, but apparently I didn't have anything prepared, so I'm not
Fair,
gonna
fair,
make
fair it
those.
is.
That's good. So Call Lightning's my best option right now. So 100 point up to 100 point directly above me. A big
Yeah. So how does this work? So you call down lightning.
yeah. It's
I would do it as well, to be honest.
honestly yeah. Storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall and with a 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see 100 feet directly above. The spell fails if you can't see a point in the air where it could appear. So I think I can, basically, ish.
Yeah, I think that's basically it. To me, that feels like if you're in a cavern,
Yeah.
you can't
Oh,
do
okay.
it.
Yeah, I'll say in a so you can see the sun, so you can see the sky.
Yeah. When it casts, I choose a point to stay within range. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. The range is 120 feet. It takes 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Each one of your turns until the spell ends, which is up to 10 minutes. You can use your action to call down lightning this way again, targeting the same point or a different one.
Alright, so what point?
Well, it's going to be above me, basically. So, like, yo, I guess, something. And I'm going to target this guy first.
Well,
So just-
do you get to move where it targets?
It's
Well,
a 60-foot radius. You can target anywhere within that 60 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the range of it is 120 feet. So
Okay,
like,
so it's 1 point every round.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is the storm clouds are summoned into the sky.
All right. So as you
And then
call
it
up, as
zaps.
you call to the earth, you will feel your druidic powers coalesce in a crackle of lightning overhead, and you're going to call it down at that point. That is a dexterity save. What's my difficulty?
It will be my spell save DC, I believe. So it's a 14. So
I got a 13.
cool.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this does take.
You didn't. Yeah, you
Thought we
didn't.
were doing it each time, but I thought it had to only be that way.
But you can only do 1 sneak attack per round.
Yeah, in return of one person.
Yeah.
So
That's good
it'll
to know.
so it's 3d10 damage.
Uncanny dodge is
Ugh.
baller.
Not a great roll on that one, unfortunately, but I can do it next time. So 4, 5, 6, just 7 damage, honestly.
7 damage.
And I'm going to shift into a bear as a bonus action.
Okay, now is call lightning concentration,
It just says up to 10 minutes.
but it doesn't say concentration.
No.
And the thing about
Here.
existing spells like that with the druid,
You call it and it just appears.
Yes, but if you do anything aside from keep the spell up, if it's a concentration spell, it doesn't matter.
no, it's
No, that's when you
specific-
turn it
yeah.
on and it exists,
Cool.
and then
Yeah.
then you can choose to spend your next action to do it again and again
Okay.
without calling the spell
All
again.
right. So,
It's one of the
Yeti.
few spell things I can do and keep it active when I am a bear.
All right, Pace is gonna make a death save. He succeeded. Good. That's
So I'm a bear. I am bear. Which is going to be a bit difficult.
Can I see handbook?
you want to check?
I am bear.
All right, and we are at Farah. Farah's gonna hold her action. Malia.
I am also casting Call Lightning.
Okay.
I just need to double check something really quickly. So, which one did you hit, Amy?
I
The-
went for the big
The
Okay.
alpha.
I will also target him.
Yes.
Make a dex save.
6.
Nope. So I'm going to channel divinity. You take max damage.
So it's
When you
3d6.
deal lightning or thunder damage, you can
3d8.
choose to channel
Is it 3d8?
3d10.
So 30.
Holy shit.
Oh.
You can use your channel divinity to wield the power of the storm with unchecked ferocity. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use your channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling.
Awesome.
All right, that sounds great. So I'm going to take 30 points of damage. 2 bolts of lightning in quick sequence. You're going to see the sky as you're like dazed and looking up. You'll see suddenly in the middle of the blizzard, and the smell of burning fur. As
I mean, I can only do that once per rest.
Yeah.
Next level, I can do it twice per rest.
all right, and then Farah
But that first one at
is
least
going
is,
to. I need the player's handbook actually.
Coming right up.
I think I might die.
Mm.
Okay. Well, we called it. You guys asked for it.
Mm.
Cool. Hey guys, can I get a favor from all of you? I'm gonna need.
Oh, actually, I was so distracted by the spell.
Oh,
I can also move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move your gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back. Can I actually climb on top of the cart now that it's been like...
Yeah.
Okay. Can you put me on top of that white cart? Like towards that way? Yeah.
I need to borrow 2 6-sided dice.
Is this for killing Farah?
I'll just go. Yeah.
I specifically use Call Lightning as my as the example in being able to maintain spells once I'm transformed. Cute.
Nice.
Yeah, it does not break my concentration on spells I've already cast.
All right. So, Farah, can you move her a 5-foot step back? Kind of, I guess, kind of slightly off the board. You know what? It's not gonna. Actually, you know what? Move her a 5-foot step, kind of diagonal. She's gonna kind of dive over pace. You know what?
Oh, over here?
Yeah. So put her like right there.
Farah.
No, like right there. Because pace is on the ground. She's basically trying to get out of the way, and holy shit, Kelly.
But yeah, Amy, the best part? That's one of my cleric spells
2,
that I
3,
just get for being a
4,
Tempest cleric. Does not count
12,
against my
18,
prepared spells.
21.
I just always know it.
Oh my god.
I was thinking if I had gone
Because
Circle of the
they are.
Land, I also would have gotten some cool, a couple cool
Okay,
spells.
thank you for the music, Winter. I think it was these two.
So for the vocal part, I'd probably chant like a prayer to Vela or something.
Yeah, I've been listening to ABBA all day.
To ABBA?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that was 2 fails. So she's going to duck around the Yeti swipe and enchanting Draconic. And is going to hold out her hand, and a small spark is going to appear, and then roll and roll and roll into a ball that's going to shoot like a bullet against the wall and erupt that entire wall in a fireball. And that was 29 points of damage to one of them. And because they both failed their saves, which is
Nice.
great. And then 19 and 26 points of damage for the other one. So that was Yeti. All right, Yeti 1 is gone.
Bye!
Oh wait,
No,
shit!
wait, that's Yeti 2 is targeting.
Yeah,
You were going
Yeti
to-
2 is
No,
here.
she's firing over there because
Oh,
she
she
can't
is?
hit. She can't hit these two at once without hitting
Oh,
you guys.
Mm.
But she can hit them. But I also have Fear of Fire, so I have disadvantage on all attack rolls for the next round. That one's just toast.
This one, okay, so this one is gone.
Yeah, and the Abominable Yeti is definitely in trouble.
How do you say been fired? Amy.
The wall, like the side of the cold road, shivers as this detonation goes off.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
shit.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
All right.
Percentiles for Lent.
We're all gonna die.
Oh yeah, don't worry, it's coming.
Uh,
I rolled whether or not her common sense or her fear won out in this one, and she's only human. That's okay. This round it's holding. It has a 50-50 shot of avalanching, just so you know. Yeti number 1 is dead. We're at the top of the initiative. Zeno, make me a death save.
I just use a D20 for that.
D20, roll 10 or up.
I did not.
All right, so tick 1 box on your death saves.
so I just looked up Call Lightning, the further information. So if you're outdoors in stormy conditions, when you cast a spell gives control over the existing storm instead of creating a new one. Under such conditions, the spell's damage increases by.
This is a
1d10.
blizzard. It's not a storm.
Okay, just wanted to check on
The,
that.
the storm. They imply that more lightning would be around in that case.
That's what I figured. But
All right, so Zeno,
helpful for
you will
both of us
see
to know.
Zeno is going to tremble on the ground, and his breath is going to come out and crystallize as it touches the air. He looks like he's freezing to death on the ground.
Oh, no.
You can see the frost beginning to form over his blue lips. Mars, you're up.
Oh, good. Okay.
There's one right next to you, right there. If you move into that square, you can get sneak attack bonus on it.
Yeah.
You all right?
I'm gonna do that.
So what you'd have to do is move right there, basically.
Oh, get out of my way.
So just move her 1 square that way.
Excuse me, pardon me. Come
So
here.
just right
Just-
here.
Yeah, just basically anywhere on there. All right, so go ahead and make me your attacks.
Things are complicated.
So, do I get advantage on this or no? Because you're on the
You
ground.
don't
No.
get advantage on this, but you do. You can spend your inspiration.
Can I still do a double?
Yeah. Yeah. You may still do 2 attacks. You can spend your inspiration to get advantage on one of those 2.
I'm gonna save it for now.
Okay, so roll your attacks. Attack number 1.
7 plus 3 plus dexterity.
Yep. So that's 13 or 14?
30.
14. That's a hit.
Cool.
And your second one? That's a natural 20.
And that's on the dagger.
That's on the dagger. All right. So, which one was your sneak attack? Was the first one?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
have been the rapier.
All right. So your rapier is going to do regular damage plus your sneak attack, which is 3d6. I
Yes.
think.
Yeah, at this level it's 3.
And then your other one is going to do double damage. So roll all them dice.
So this is right here.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know.
So
I mean, those are pretty good.
so it's that, and then I'm adding
You add your dexterity bonus to this hit.
plus 4, so 16.
That's 16 for that one. Yep.
Yeah.
And then is this just a normal rapier?
normal rapier.
Okay. So 16 on the first hit.
And then the dagger.
The dagger does 1d4 plus 2, I believe.
Yeah. 1 plus 2. The 1 will turn back on me though.
But you didn't roll a 1 on your attack.
No.
It's only on attacks.
Only on attacks.
Yeah, it's
okay.
only basically it's the only weapon in the game that can botch.
Okay. And then this number's going to double?
No, you just roll. So you don't add your sneak attack to the second attack. So you don't roll the d6s. Because your sneak attack is only on one single attack.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure anyway. Is it just... Hold on, now I gotta double check this. Sneak attack.
It didn't say it, that's like just. I think it's on 1 though.
I think so too, but I don't know if that's one set of attacks or one singular... Because I think it's just 1 per round. Once per turn, you can deal an extra d6 damage. When you hit with an attack, you must have advantage or...
Yeah, so once per turn. So that was that turn.
Yeah, so that was your rapier.
Yeah,
that
so
you did that
now
on.
it's going to be whatever this is. So 3 plus 2, so 5.
Oh, roll that twice, because it was a critical.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, so that's 7-9.
Nice.
Nice, that's really quite solid. So you're going to come up and jam your rapier deep into his flesh and then slash across the back of his hamstring. You're going to hear, it's like the sound of a bow snapping as his hamstring gives out as your dagger bites. And in your hand, you will feel that your dagger trembles slightly, as if it's giggling.
There's a
That's
change
fantastic.
color.
That is amazing.
That is like the best weapon ever for Marisol then.
Yeah.
All right,
gonna get
Abominable
so
Yeti,
disturbing.
let's do a recharge. I do not. So in that case, I don't need this anymore. Abominable Yeti.
It's still up on the ledge, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm indiscriminately attacking things. Oh, ferret's right there. There's a bear. Oh,
There is a bear.
The bear. He is going to leap down. Amy,
Yep.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
If you were going to spend inspiration, this is a good time for it.
I will do so.
Thank you.
So, I guess I'll roll.
Yep.
You said Constitution saving throw?
Yep. And you are proficient in that, are you not?
Yeah, I'm just double checking what
Okay,
the
I think
stat
you
is on
succeeded
my-
then.
It's a 17.
Plus your new bear stats.
Yeah, that is my bear stats. My Constitution modifier is usually, it's actually the same for bear and regular.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Okay. And you added your proficiency bonus to that as well?
Oh,
Because if you're proficient in Constitution saves.
right, you're right. I am not actually proficient in those.
Well,
My-
hell.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
My
actually
proficiencies
going to be a
are
fail.
Intelligence and wisdom.
Amy, that's going to be a fail.
Crap.
It's going to leap down, and I rolled really poorly, so you should feel good. You're going to take 16 points of cold damage. The dog keeps farting, and it's great.
Oh,
It's just awful. You are going to be paralyzed for 1 minute.
I'm glad that I don't have a good sense of
There's
smell.
16, was
Yeah.
that?
16,
Very glad.
and
Jeez. Can't smell it from here yet.
Don't know what my parents are feeding him, but
well, it's going to be able to get one attack on you before, which was a. Does 15 hit you?
It's, my DC is, yeah, that'll hit me.
Okay. So this is going to be an additional 5. Oh wait, hold on one sec. I was hit by fire.
That's true. You
So-
have disadvantage, don't you?
I do have disadvantage on this. I still did it.
Okay.
So that's going to be 5, 12 points of regular damage plus 8 points of cold damage from the slash of my claws. So 20 total.
Additional 8 from...
Additional 20. So you're at 35 damage this round.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna be dropping back out of bear form.
Okay.
So you say I took 35?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now we are at your turn.
Oh, crap. So...
This tremendously large yeti slams to the ground, roars, and is going to catch you in its eyes. You are paralyzed, unfortunately.
I am.
So I need you to make another Constitution save at the end of your turn.
Crap. At the end? Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing I can do. If
At
I'm
the end of
paralyzed.
each of its turns, ending the success. Yeah. So you can try again. You are paralyzed.
Yeah. So I can't actually act or do anything. when I'm
You,
paralyzed?
except for make another save.
Okay.
You do not.
Yeah, that's a
Unless
12.
anybody wants to give further inspiration. Nope. All right. Hey. All right. Roll that again.
Okay, so that was a 12.
You can do it.
I'm gonna use this dice.
You can do it, friend.
So that's a 15 to...
That is not a success.
Damn it.
I'm
Still
sorry.
not a bard.
Still not a bard. Okay. Right, so down now we're at Yeti 2. Yeti 2 is going to hit your high, Farrah's low. All right, I need you to make a Constitution save, Winter.
No.
Okay, so that is going to lock eyes with you. Oh wait, what'd you get total? Oh, you got a 2.
5.
You're going to take 8 points of cold damage and are going to be paralyzed unless you are immune to cold damage, which you are not.
No.
And it is going to attempt to take 2 swipes at you. What is your
Can I still use them? Can you die?
No, you are frozen in place. You are paralyzed as this thing roars and locks eyes with you. What is your armor class?
15.
15? My bonus is plus
I can smell it now.
the dog.
Lovely, isn't it?
All right, so that's going to be 1 hit on you, and that's 12 points of damage. 8 of which are cold, 4 of which are cold, 8 of which are slashing. As this thing swipes at you and manages to miss you with one claw that catches you across the face with the other, blood starts to pour into your stunned eyes. And now we are at Pace, who's going to make a death save. Wait, that's not his. Yeah, well, okay, that's 1 death save. Farrah is going.
Breath weapon.
Wait, do I have a healing potion on me?
Maybe.
I totally do. You guys I had 1 healing potion.
I
Yeah.
have 2.
Farrah is going to cast haste on both of us with sorcery points.
Does she still have a fireball up? Or was it not a fireball?
It's a fireball. Like
So
it's
you
not.
can move it each turn, right?
No.
No? Oh,
No, you're
it's not
thinking
that.
about
Find
sphere
it.
of fire, not fireball.
Yeah. Damn! I was hoping.
So I'm going to spend my other level 3 spell slot and give us haste. Do you have a haste card? If not, can you hand me the PHP?
I might have one. And we need to remember that any of our paralyzed folks, if we're within 5 feet of an attacking creature, it's actually automatically a critical.
What's
We're
that?
paralyzed. Those of us who are paralyzed, if we're in 5 feet of and being attacked, that attack apparently is automatically a critical.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Oh.
disgusting.
Well, I guess that means I critted on you.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna
If
say
you
it.
want
I'm
to
gonna
say
say
the
it didn't.
fireball thing, or the fire, like, the disadvantage had something to do with it, I don't know.
Cool.
Just for
So you
explanation
will
purposes.
have that next round.
If I can move.
Yeah, if you can move.
We are so fucked.
Or wait, would it be better? You're frozen.
Yeah, we're both paralyzed.
Yeah, so if that goes up, but Farrah's also going to have that. And Farrah's going to use her bonus action to feed you that healing potion, which was a basic one.
So
Did you want the fireball card?
Yeah, it's probably handy.
should I move Farrah up to...
Yeah, move.
Like,
Where's...
I think it's a 5-foot step, honestly.
Yeah, so move. Mike, you're going to be raised with 6 hit points.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Awesome, that means I don't have to take the time to do that.
Yeah, the AC take effect even though I'm already paralyzed.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, now we are at Malia.
Sweet.
Call lightning again.
Fuck you, middle guy.
Middle guy. All right.
This time I have to roll, though. What did I do as well? Okay, well, he has to make a dex save.
All right. Use the yellow dice. I got an 8.
Nope. 13.
Total?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't tell you this straight up.
All right.
One by one. You can't roll 13 on a 10 anyways.
That's fair. All right. So you're going to call another bolt of lightning down into his frame. Go, go!
I will, like, be pointing my hammer at him or something to do it.
Oh, actually, 1 sec. Nope. Okay. I just wanted to see if he would have critically failed his save because he still has disadvantage. And then I need these guys. All right, end of the round. And that is going to be that. As the lightning cracks down, that's 3 lightning bolts inside of this canyon, inside of a span of 6 seconds. A fireball, the wall of ice is going to tremble and give way. And up at the front of the caravan, you can hear. So actually, can you move Duder? Because on his turn, he would have ran like crazy.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
The wall
Where did he run?
He runs into this cart, and the cart and horses is going to begin to start pulling.
Okay, well, I'm
Here-ish.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and actually you
We're
can
screwed.
move these guys off the board because they
And
would
they're
have
just
been moving last round. So you can move this to the end of the road.
Wait, I was on that cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made
So move that to there.
I can still control
What
my
about
thing.
these guys here?
That's good.
They are gone. So take them off the board. They got into the cart, and
All the animals probably fled.
the animals are running like hell.
Yeah, somewhere.
All right. So the wall is going to begin to crumble and fall.
We're just staring at it.
It takes a couple of rounds for an avalanche to occur, though.
That's good.
So we're at the top of the initiative with Dead Yeti. Dead Yeti is going to continue to be dead.
Alright.
So is this
Xeno.
going to be happening along a short span or a long span? Does it look like a 100-foot span, 30-foot span is coming off?
Are you taking the time to look?
I'm on the back of a cart that's moving. Like I'm being moved myself. I don't need to put any effort into that.
In the words of that one trap song, run.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. They want to get the hell out of there.
Okay.
It's coming down in at least a 50-foot segment.
Okay.
At the top, you can see a giant boulder beginning to roll. Xeno, you come to with Farrah above you and a bottle stuffed in your mouth.
Okay.
What do you do?
Has anyone around me said run yet?
Looking up, you can see the wall trembling. It looks bad.
That looks bad.
It looks... You're not an idiot. You're a ranger.
This makes me think it's gonna be like the scene from Mulan coming down the mountain.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh no.
Okay, guys, it's time to run.
All right.
2 words to action.
And
Or actions.
and then go.
All right.
Poof, gone.
Are you doing anything besides running?
I'm doing dash.
Cool. Oh, can you do me a favor and tip him over because he's
Oh yeah, pace is done.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing dash.
Oh no.
All right.
So
Double move.
yeah, that's double move. So that's I'm gonna be over like here.
Okay, so I'll catch up with you. So I'm just going to start doing a run counter. So double move, and you have dash as well, or just your double move?
Oh!
What's your speed normally?
30.
So you're at 60.
So at 60, and I have that extra plus 30 from my boots, actually.
Oh, okay. So you're at
I don't
90.
need the dash.
Are you going to grab anybody?
So Farah is shoving a bottle in my face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab her.
Oh, okay.
And...
Take care!
Whee!
Oh shit, are we leaving Pace behind to die?
Well, I'm also paralyzed still, so.
And
Oh,
then...
actually, make me a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I did not succeed anything. I got a 6. I got an 8.
Hey, but you know what? I have good charisma. So as you grab Farrah, not me, grab her! And she'll point over at Amy. Tia is like locked, like stock still with this giant yeti facing her.
Okay, I will grab her.
Cool, I get an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, you jumped. Did you jump? You jumped down?
He was already down, yeah.
Oh, he was down?
He got tipped over when you moved stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, if you do that, then... Yeah. Oh, shit. Wait, hold on, where is she? You're right there. It swiped you... Oh, you know what? Actually, you're slightly out of range. You can go around the side and grab her.
Oh, I'd be on the other, because he's on the other side?
Yeah, so actually, you know what? I won't get an attack of opportunity against you, thank God.
Okay.
Because if you basically just go that way.
Yeah.
And then another question, with the double move, being the ranger and having that extra attack, can I still do that?
No, because you're spending your time to grab Amy and go. So it's
Okay.
basically like that's going to take your whole action because you're basically having to pick her up.
Okay. So I will take her.
Mars, make me a Constitution save.
Bye, guys.
No.
Constitution 15 is a success.
No, it's a 16.
Then that is a success.
Thank God.
Against the small ones, it is a success. Okay, what do you do?
So, am I able to still see things as it's happening, but I'm just frozen?
Yeah.
I can't move?
You're gonna run? Okay, so disengaging from that guy, you're gonna you make me an acrobatics roll to try to get the hell away.
So did
You're fine?
Mars get haste or no?
What's that?
Did Mars
Yes,
get
we
haste?
both have haste. So, can I have it back?
Oh, it's the...
Yeah, I know, but we both need it.
Yeah, oh.
So, just a reminder, you have haste, so you have you're a willing subject, so you have a +2 on your AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an additional action on each of your turns. It can be used only to use attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. So
He dead?
he is bleeding very profusely.
Can I try to, like, drag him with me?
Yes, you
out of
can.
That?
Yeah, you can.
Cool. So what should I roll for that?
You can make me a strength roll.
Oh dear.
Okay, you'll manage to pick him up, leaving his equipment, his sword and shield are going to fall to the ground.
He'll get new ones.
That's true.
Basically.
And
You
you...
can't get new life unless you animate the dead body.
Alright, and you can go ahead and move them. They can take the long way around, and you can have them be over by Malia.
Like here?
Yep.
Can I try to see if, like, I can, like, her to take him up on the car?
Yeah, you can throw him into the cart.
Sweet.
It is the Abominable Yeti's turn, and Farah is the only one there by
Is there
herself.
another wheel? By any chance?
Ferris?
There's not, or else they would... Yeah, Farah's the only one there by herself.
Oh, no, he picked you up.
Yeah, pick me up.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Farah's still-
Abominable Yeti is going to...
I might have to be running back here.
No, Vera!
She's also got haste.
She also has haste.
He does.
She succeeded her chill save. So
Because
that-
she's super chill.
He is super chill.
Well, okay, and then I got these at a +. Okay, so that is 1, 6. All right, so how many hit points do I have left? Well, hell. Okay, so that is 2d6 plus... Cool. She is going to dodge under one, but the other one is going to take her and knock her to the ground about there. And she is out.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
She does not do well against Yetis.
No.
They're her bane. Yeti number 2 is going to roar and throw a boulder at the back of the car, trying to smoke Malia with it. Fuck.
No.
He drops it on its head instead.
Well, not from the angle it's at. So let me just roll against... Okay. It's just going to miss completely, although it had a good chance of pegging its boss with it. It's going to throw a boulder the size of a basketball at the car, barely missing the Alpha Yeti. And the Alpha Yeti's going to turn back and just give this incredulous look, like...
Bro!
Such an offended Yeti.
Offended Yeti. Alright, and now we are at... so Amy, have you acted this round?
No.
You are still frozen?
Yeah, so I
Make me a
need
Constitution save.
to pick a dice.
The pink one.
This one?
Yeah, the one that was on an 18. No, not
That's-
that one, the other one.
Which one?
The first one, the purple one. I said purple, not pink.
You said pink.
No, I wanted the one that had an 19 roll.
That's a 20!
Farah spent her inspiration on you, okay?
Okay, that's my... So that's a 20, so I am existing.
You are awake and aware. What do you do?
I want to go... If I see Farah falling,
You could shapeshift again.
I could. Am I within 30? I'm not within 30 feet anymore, am I? Because we ran off.
You ran off, yeah.
And she didn't.
So
okay.
you are within 60 feet. So you are 45 feet away from where Farah fell.
Unless I can use a bonus action as my action.
What's your bonus action?
Well, I can cast Misty Step as a bonus act. It takes one bonus action, and it's basically teleports me up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can see.
Okay.
So I could do that, and I was gonna try and then run to grab her.
Yeah, you can run, grab, and move.
Yeah.
You basically
gonna
you
try
just
and do.
use your move action to grab her, and you use your action to pick her up.
Yeah. So my thought is I'll Misty Step to 30 feet, and then run to grab her, and then.
Yep, you'll be able to do it, and
pulling.
so do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're grabbing her, she'll suddenly snap to look over her shoulder. Do you say anything before you do it?
I hadn't planned on it.
All right. So is there a verbal component to that?
There is.
So you'll just hear, and she'll just evaporate into the mist, and will reappear right about here, rush forward, pick up her friend's body, and just run.
Flee! How far do we
Casey.
get?
You're going to make it about, let's see, you're going to make it 3 squares from where Farah was. So you're going to be right there at the back of the wagon. Please move the wagon to there.
So like on just off the edge?
Almost to the edge of there. And I have to roll to see how bad this is getting.
Bad.
Yep, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Malia, you're up. What do you do? Call down lightning?
Well, actually, how badly hurt does Farah appear?
Quite badly. She's definitely unconscious and bleeding. You have a few rounds, though. I mean, let's be honest, mechanically, you have a minimum of 3 rounds before she dies.
Sure, why not? I'll call lightning on him.
No, make me a perception roll. You have 3 targets available to you. You have 2 Yetis, and you have a wall that's about to avalanche. I'm just saying, the thing's trembling, like a direct hit would set off the reaction immediately.
Yeah, but they're still in range of it. You said like 50 feet.
That's true, but if you started at the far end, they'd probably have enough time. It would definitely probably sweep them both over the edge, though.
Listen to a Disney movie.
It's up to you. This could go bad, it could go good.
Okay, what do you guys think?
Do it. I think you should do it, but
Okay, I'll target a point behind.
You have inspiration yet?
Yeah, I stewed.
Well, then give me that back.
I'm gonna target behind this closest Yeti, so giving them as much of a leeway as I
So
can.
right about here.
They're like the one closest to me, physically me.
Oh,
Oh, this side. Oh,
so here? Oh,
Well,
so
'cause that'll-
you personally, Christine.
yeah.
Okay,
So that'll give them
so right
more
here.
time.
the longest time to move.
Okay, can you go ahead and roll me damage?
Yeah, 'cause I guess it doesn't get a dex saving. throw.
No, the wall does not get a dex save.
That's 21.
Okay. Let's see if it structurally holds.
no.
Actually, I need to use these. Okay. So it's taking that much damage. That sounds great. Just give me 1 sec, guys.
I think you should totally pull, if this works, you should pull up a scene later though. Like Mulan, where what's his face, Shard, whatever.
The Yeti come.
Explodes out of the
Shine you.
avalanche.
All right.
Shine you, yeah.
Ready? Here comes dex saves. That was a big fat. Okay. What's your spellcasting modifier? +4?
Me?
Yeah. Your wisdom?
+5.
Oh crap. All right. So
So yeah.
as the carts
dex
pull
saving
away,
against me is 16.
you are going to see the lightning coalesce again and slam into the side of the ice wall. It's going to tremble and fall, and roughly 2 tons of ice and rock is going to collapse down. This one here is going to be swept completely off the wall and down into the earth scar. You're going to hear it scream for the next minute. It screams so long and so hard it has to take a breath in the middle before its vocal cords snap under the weight of its terror. And
Jesus.
Yeah. And then the other one is going to... It succeeded its dex save, which means that
Oh,
it
it
takes...
finally beat me?
Yes. Well, it means it only takes 10d6 halved.
10d6.
Because it hasn't succeeded any of its other dex saves before now.
Oh, hell. Okay, well, my first rolls were a 10, 20, 26 out of potential 30. And then, so that's 31, 33. Okay, and that's 40 points of snow damage. As the rocks and snow begin to slam into its frame, he barely manages to stay up, and your cart is going to pull away. Can we... so we're going to go to the top of the initiative again. Zeno, you were just running.
Well, I'll have stopped with the other cards basically. As
carts are still going.
as they're moving.
Okay.
So like this one here is still here.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be about here.
Yeah,
With-
I also
with the
did
other cards.
disappear from when you were carrying me.
The avalanche is starting to come down. What do? You can see that like a wash of snow is sleeping around through here, and it's starting to slowly more up the board, more toward your friends. And the Yeti, the alpha, is still on its feet. The snow and rock rushing past it, stripping its skin to the bone. But it's still up. What do you do? You can still fire once and make your move.
And Farah is still down, right?
No,
I'm
Farah
carrying
is
her.
being carried
Okay.
by Amy.
Okay. But still unconscious?
Yeah. You have to touch to heal.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I'm like,
Good.
You gotta fix that. There, Kelly. Doesn't let you put stuff on the details page.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's because we're not considered like moderators of the page.
Oh. Remind me in a bit and I'll fix that.
so I'm gonna take a shot at Alpha Yeti.
Alright, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
19?
19 is going to be a hit.
Okay.
Up the video.
I'll take two. I'll take both my.
Turning into.
Okay.
The other one's a 14.
That is a miss.
Okay.
And that is with all your bonuses and all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Alright, you fire twice into the blizzard.
This is
Nope, it's on for... Oh, actually, is it concentration? Do spells end when you get knocked unconscious? I don't remember.
I think it only. Wait, I actually have a spell stuff out right now.
Yeah, look whether or not that does that.
7.
7? Pretty
Let's
good.
say, what's the duration?
1 minute.
I think that's great. So usually, if it's a duration, it'll be like,
It lasts.
or it'll last that long, or it'll specify like 4 concentration usually.
Double check the unconscious thing, though. Alright, so you're going to fire into its form. And Mars, what do you do? So you're there, this thing's starting to come down. At least you're going to spend one of your actions dashing.
I have enough time to try just.
So it spells
You have enough time to try to fire a shot back. You have enough time to try to help Farah and
Tia.
Tia.
Because it's still going after them.
Yeah, it's still on its feet.
I'm gonna.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack roll. Well, you fire and it's the snow's coming down too hard. You can't see. So instead, run.
Healing potion.
Yourself? Yeah, absolutely. You can run and drink a healing potion. Okay, so that's a mark down your regular healing potion. That is. Do you want to roll for it or should I roll for it?
You roll it.
Okay, and this is a regular or a moderate?
Just regular.
Don't drop a d4 on the ground. Hey, nice. 9 hit points. Out of a potential 10, that's pretty good.
Okay, so I think haste is gone because it's got concentration under its entry.
Does it?
And if you
Wait,
are,
does it?
Yeah, I just checked. It's
Why-
in the book.
why-
It does.
Why isn't it on the cards? That's
I
frustrating.
think it's the symbol next to it. That it
Ah,
says. I
yeah.
think that's the concentration
There's a-
symbol.
Okay, so your haste
Oh,
is
yeah.
gone then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Um,
Well, that was a great use of a spell.
When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it. So that's really unfortunate.
Well, that's next round then. So I'm going to say that the haste spell ends right now
Okay.
because we didn't know that.
Yep.
And you can use your action to hop onto the cart because you feel your strength start to leave your bones. So enough to grab onto something. Abominable Yeti is going to do a move action. Is going to charge against you.
E. Okay.
However, I think I only get one attack. That is going to be a hit. I hope you have hit points.
I have some.
Okay, so do you have 16?
I have 25.
Well, you now have 9.
Okay.
It rushes up behind you and scrapes along your back, dealing you 16 points of damage, 4 of which are cold. And it's going to roar. Pace is going to make another death save. And is going to fail that one as well. Jesus, Pace, pick it up. Farah is going to make another death save. Oh wait, I'll use Farah's dice for that. I always forget that she has her own. And is going to succeed. Good for Farah.
Good.
Yay! No death save. Malia, it's your turn again. Might as well.
Might as well.
Okay, here it comes. The last.
Dex save.
I got an 11.
Nope.
Where is it? Is it right up next to us?
Yes.
Okay. So like, yo or here?
Yeah, right there. Just close enough you can wipe your back. A crackle of lightning does.
21.
All right, how do you want this to go?
It rears back to hit them again, and it takes a thick bolt of lightning straight through the head.
All right,
That's the highest point, or a hand or something.
it's going.
It reaches up and
it reaches
hits
up,
the fingertips.
It hits the fingertips of both of its hands, and it.
You get that anime.
Mm-hmm.
Bzz, bzz.
How bad do you want this
Seeing
to
the
look?
skeleton.
Oh, you want it to be comical? All right, cool.
Slightly.
So it zorts, and then our falling rock is going to catch it over the edge, and its head is going to vanish as the rock replaces the head.
Ooh. Zort.
Zort, and it's going to collapse. I need the rest of you all to those of you at the back. Amy.
Yep.
So it's your turn.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to move.
All right.
I want to, move as much as I can.
Okay. You can use. Do you have any bonus action healing spells?
I do actually. Healing word. Yes.
All right. Not to tell you what to do, but
Yeah, that's a good idea. To me or Farah?
you wouldn't have to carry her.
It's true.
I think at this point she's getting pretty used to like just waking up and running at the same time.
I feel like that's sort of just instinct for most of us now.
Yeah, right?
So it's 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Oh, good. We still have another hour left in game.
On that note, I'm gonna go to the washroom.
Yeah, that sounds.
Because we've got another hour left in game.
My spellcasting ability.
In that case,
So
can
she heals
I
5.
crack the door open a little bit?
Just a little bit, yeah, if you don't mind.
Just a little
Just
bit.
be careful
Yeah.
of knocking things.
Yeah.
Don't pull a Charlie.
I
All right.
will try to-
So you are going to cast that, and she's going to jolt back. And you make a dex save.
I gave her 5 hit.
Hey, she got an 11. So she's going to stumble as she comes back to, look back, and you're going to see her eyes widen to comical proportions.
Well, I probably won't see this if I've got her slung over my shoulder or something.
She's going to kind of squirm out of your
Okay.
grip and start running next to you.
Yep.
Given that you've... All right, and...
I mean, unless I got her like, I might have.
How far am I moving off?
You guys, if you spend the rest of your action running, you're just going to outpace this. So as you sprint, a 60-foot section of the retaining wall of the Earth Scar is going to collapse, burying the cold road and sweeping the Yetis off. It's some minutes later that the carriage pulls aside. And I'll wait till Christine gets back, and then we'll...
Take a break.
Oh, Christine's coming back.
Christine.
So we'll take like a 5-minute break in just a moment.
Good. That'd be good.
I know everybody has to pee, because we're peeing folk.
Congrats on bodily functions.
As you rush ahead, you'll manage to make it as a 60-foot section of the wall collapses onto the cold road. It'll be some moments later before the horses are calmed enough to stop panicking and pulling the carts forward. And Reaver's going to calm them down, and Mia is going to calm down the other ones. As you appraise everything, you'll come... all of you are alive.
I use my other healing potion on the guy that was super hurt.
Wait. Don't preempt your cleric on this stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Us 4, 5,
Yeah.
and the guy?
Yeah. And he's not the gay.
And the game.
No,
That's
he's
the guy.
he's not. No, that's the guy showing up later.
Where's...
Well, actually, I hadn't decided what her sexuality was, but she is gay as hell now. What's the
Wait, who is?
You haven't met her
don't know
yet,
that.
but she's
okay.
gay as hell.
Yay, I'm excited.
Okay, so up to
She's not your
6.
type.
Well,
Great,
probably
there's
not,
6 of
but
us.
Still,
Okay,
I'd still be excited about that.
I will spend the 10-minute casting time on a prayer of healing
Okay.
and do 2d8 plus spellcasting mod.
Okay.
That's 18.
18 points of damage healed to everybody.
Yeah.
So, Pace is going to cough and come to, reaching for his sword that's buried under tons of rubble. What happened?
Yetis.
Are you okay? He says, looking up at Shalsei, the young blonde farm girl, and she's gonna hug him, much to the chagrin of her father, and much to the shrugged bemusement of her mother.
Mom's like, I'd do that too.
I mean, he's pretty hot. Like, I'll show you a photo later.
Oh, dang.
No, that's the girl that you're gonna be later. And If you all hadn't been there when they showed up, Reaver is going to say, thank you. I'll make sure to put in a good word to the Jarl for you. At the very least, when you're in town, I've got friends around town.
Nice.
When you make it in there, you can find anything at the Bridge Masons Guild. They'll help you out, and the Long Drop as well. It's a bar. It's a bit rough and tumble, but the manager's my third cousin. He'll take care of you.
That's okay. I'm good with rough and tumble.
Rough and tumble's fine.
All right.
I'm a dwarf.
What was the name of the guild?
Our
The
bars
Bridge
are
Masons
rough and
Guild.
tumble.
Bridge Mason?
Okay. And with that, you're going to be able to take a short rest. So if you'd like to spend any of your hit dice to heal,
Yeah.
Yes.
go ahead. So take your hit dice and roll them, and that's how much you heal.
So it's only one, right?
You can spend up to 5 per short rest. Basically, these replenish every long rest.
Really?
Okay.
I'm back.
So you can always spend another one after you roll your first one.
Alright, spend an inspiration for reroll.
You
So
may
I rolled
not.
a 1.
You may not, but you can spend another one.
So, do we add a Constitution modifier?
Yes,
to
you
that?
do.
Okay.
You add your.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm fine then.
So how
I
many
only
did
had
you
5
use?
hit points.
I just used one. and
Cool.
then heal.
All right, so just do that. Farah's going to use 2 because.
I'm gonna use
14. And you add con to that?
Yeah, so she's
Each
going to heal 7. Yeah.
16.
It's a really fantastic system that makes fighters able to fight.
Fight longer. Fight better.
I'm trying to remember. Do I regain any spells after a short? Or is that just one?
No. Only warlocks regain after short usually.
Sorry, Amy.
All right, and with that, you're going to travel. Anybody needs to use the washroom? Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll resume.
Sounds like a plan. Amy, move.
No, one sec.
Yep.
I need to add how much I get.
So guys, just to give you a sense of what you fought, that was a vastly unfair fight.
Yeah.
The Yetis are both challenge rating 3. The Abominable Yetis challenge rating 9.
Ooh.
Nice. I only have to finish a short rest to get my channel divinity.
So
back.
with the 7
Nice.
of you, you managed to take on combined. That's challenge rating
Terrifying?
12, 13.
Terrifying.
It's
Challenge rating
that was
high?
a deadly encounter.
Oh my god.
If I had managed to recharge my breath weapon, I would have been able to kill you with 2 hits.
Spider-Man.
I'm using the bathroom first.
Here you go.
Spider-Man.
Need to check my bank account real quick to make sure that I have enough money for my insurance to come out.
That
Otherwise,
would be
bad
good.
things.
Yours comes out tomorrow?
It comes out today.
Oh, mine came out today. This sucks.
I like that we're lightning bros.
Only sometimes, but it's good.
But if I miss this insurance payment, then I can't finance my insurance anymore for this. But they both came out. Yes! I'm good.
You're safe. You're
I'm
secure.
safe. I am safe.
I'm gonna put this back and deal with some of this garbage.
Oh,
turn
that fight lasted longer than I expected.
I'm gonna turn my
It
phone
was
back
chaotic.
off.
Oops, sorry, dog. I accidentally kicked it
I'm
out.
gonna put this in the. Do you want me to deal with this now, or
Deal with what?
still got some broth and noodle stuff?
Just put it in the. Oh, that's
I
not.
don't want to dump it, so.
Just put it next to the sink. I'll take care of it after game. All right. Well, I don't need these. These Yetis are dead.
Do you want me to use something with the coffee you started?
Do you want more coffee?
I know, but.
Then go ahead and boil the water. It's ready. It just needs to be full and stirred. Oh, so Christine, I'm gonna head back in. Thank you. Hi, puppy. Hey, puppy. You're a good boy.
Want to join us, Charles?
Each of them.
I'm a little bummed that I didn't really get to do much that fight, but
Okay.
oh well. It's nice to
They
be on the
me.
to be on the other end of it for
Well, you did so much damage. So there were two potential things.
Oh, hello,
hi,
baby.
puppy. There were two potential things I was thinking of throwing there. The other was a pair of wyverns. But I think that would have done way too much. And I found the Abominable Yeti stats, and I'm like,
Yes.
oh yeah, let's do this.
Well, it's Xeno did so much damage in one attack last time that I think it was only fair that he actually got knocked
Whacked right at the
unconscious this time. So I
These-
think that actually worked really well.
I welcome you to look up the Abominable Yeti stats after game before you leave, and see what you fought. Because I didn't pull any punches really.
Are we doing anything with these guys?
Yeah, we're not gonna need them on the board anymore.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you my trays right. Here you go. All right. So how's chat doing tonight? Everybody doing well?
It's been pretty quiet since Blog last said so.
I hope Blog was enjoying it.
Okay.
He's not there to win it.
Okay. There's those guys. I will stick these somewhere, I guess.
I don't think people have
All right. So as soon as Mike is back, we'll start back up.
And I should be able to
Here's your good boy.
water the coffee thing.
Yeah.
No,
well,
Charlie, come back here. You're not allowed over there.
Not since the incident.
He's a good boy.
No. Not a little bit.
What was the incident?
When he, you weren't there when he like collapsed our entire setup. Like he pulled the mic off my laptop onto the ground. He knocked the camera.
When did that happen?
Starfinder. It's Starfinder 3, I think.
Oh no. Where's the...
PHP's right here. You need to buy your own copy.
I want to get my own copy.
They're pretty cheap,
I like having a hard
right?
thing. I hate looking at PDFs.
PDFs are great if you're somewhere where you shouldn't be looking at a book, like at work.
Yeah, but they're also great on an iPad or a tablet.
I have an Amazon Fire over there that I finally recharged, and those things are cheap, and they have they put advertisements up, which is really weird. But it was $50 for a tablet that recharges I can leave it off charge for a month and it'll still work. The battery life is ridiculous on.
Did you get it off Amazon?
Yeah, it was $50 on Boxing Day a couple years ago. Not to advertise Amazon, but it was just a handy purchase, and it's okay. It's all right. It's like a cell phone.
Yeah.
It's not as good.
I just don't like having to take the cell phone's PDF and then enlarge the screen and scroll forever.
Yeah, it is a pain in the ass. Alright, so as soon as Mike gets back, we'll continue, guys. And I will use this time to find the right music.
Is Tiefling here for this book?
Tiefling's in the core, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's right at the beginning. Races are right. Check the green tabs, I think. The first tabs.
Do we need our minis?
Depends if you decide to cause trouble.
I'll flip them over here. Just
Have mine
Yes.
ready.
Yeah, probably have them ready.
Have
I'll
mine
be ready.
Here you are.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to try to describe something very difficult.
Uh-oh.
So, please be patient and ask any questions you need to understand what's going on, okay?
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael. Hope you enjoyed
They're
that fight.
watching it. They said hi to Charlie. Did you hear that, Charles? Michael says hi. Oh, sweetie puppy.
So happy that my insurance came out.
What?
Oh, my car insurance. I was anxiously waiting for it to clear my account.
So now you can actually spend money?
And Blog's still here too.
Yeah.
Oh, remind me to put the
Yeah.
new stickers on my car. Because
God.
otherwise I can't legally drive as of May.
I have to renew mine in May.
They're just in the other room, I just haven't put them on.
Yeah, I have to renew my insurance in May. And
Yeah, can you top me up?
And it's annoying because with the big rate hike for ICBC, now for my Fusion, I'm going to be paying over $200 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen? When was the last time you were... Do you get in a lot of accidents?
That's with a 43% discount. That's with a max discount.
$200 a month?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's because it's a hybrid. It's got batteries. Which, if there's a hit, it's an instant write-off.
I
So
know
I'm-
thaumaturgy.
Do you actually know that one?
Is it cantrip?
When you reach third level, you can cast Hellish Rebuke as a second level spell. Ooh, that's nice. That means it does more damage. Yeah, Thaumaturgy is a pretty cool cantrip. So, what it does...
I read it briefly before.
Yeah, so take a look. It's in the book. Like right at the back there.
I didn't know that. I thought I just started a Hellish Review.
No, but you can also cast it as a higher level spell. So if you just do it second level spell once this tree.
So Christine, if I have 4 first level spells, and I
You
have
can
4
cast-
first
and you
level
can
spell
cast
slots
darkness,
and 2
which you've
second
done.
level spell slots,
I've done that before.
does that
I
mean
knew
that,
was
like, if I
Forbidden
have
Darkness,
2
I didn't know.
for my second levels, if I cast those, can I still cast them again as first level spells?
Are they second level spells?
They are all first level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can cast first levels with any level of spell slot above first.
It just eats that slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes your spells will stay at the bottom. If you cast it with a spell slot above, it
Mhm.
increases the level.
Yeah, like I have Cure Wounds and Hail of Thorns that are both
Yeah.
bumped up by the second
Yeah.
level slot
So you
there.
can totally do that. If you had a second level spell, you could only cast it with a second level slot or higher.
Okay. So at the moment I can cast my 4 first level spells 6 times.
Yes.
Kelly.
Okay, cool.
Vote for Kelly. One more second.
Yeah, so you could cast one of those
Nice.
6
Okay, cool.
times.
Okay, cool.
Or you could cast them all once, or any combination you want to do.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I have 2 third level spell slots, 3 second level spell slots, and 4 first level.
There's a tiny bit of coffee left.
So I have 10 prepared spells, plus my divinity spells, plus my cantrips. Cantrips you can just spam constantly. If you
Okay.
have them. If you have
Alright.
like one cantrip, you can spam that cantrip as many times as you want. No,
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Well, as soon as you're back from letting the dog out, we'll start.
Ooh, let the dogs out.
Christine, right there.
How did you need to ask that?
Yeah, she's like literally like right there.
He just likes music, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What are you
That
looking for?
is
Spider.
exactly the answer that I was hoping.
He's
for.
under my head.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is what I generally
There's
do.
something missing
I-
here.
I'm sitting
second,
cross-legged.
third, how many
Use-
times I
use
can do it, and then I
unicorn
just
member.
tally mark.
I will.
So I keep track of it, and it's generally after a long rest. At least that I.
I've got my one knee on Spider-Man and one knee on Octo James.
Yeah. Yeah, I know mine's awful.
Yeah, because it replaced James for a game of Starfinder when James was sick.
Mm.
And it rolled way better than he normally
Oh,
rolls. too.
Captain Octo James?
Captain Octo James. Captain?
Captain.
Alright.
People are saying
It's true. Alright, so the carts move for the next 5 hours, and dusk is going to settle across the land, and a chill is going to rise up into your bones, but the snow is actually going to slow.
Finally.
It comes down to steadily, and then as evening draws on into night, it's going to actually stop.
Oh, thank God.
Finally.
Yes.
Mm.
Thank Goddess.
It's
yes.
because we're getting higher in the elevation, Reaver says. And true, you've actually been headed up in the cart for quite a while, actually.
Okay.
The horses are straining against it, but you can hear the sound for the last hour or two. Their hooves grinding down the old salt that's been spread across the roads. Is this your first time?
Mm-hmm.
To Dogrun Bridge?
Hi, is it your first time?
Yeah. Honestly, never been this far north before.
Where are you all headed?
Right now, Dogrun Bridge. From there, I'm not entirely sure.
It's a good place to spend some time. It can be a bit dizzying, but yeah. Only if you're afraid of heights, I guess.
I don't know if I'm afraid of heights. No, I'm not afraid of heights.
If there's
Not
anything
that I'm aware of.
if there's anything I can do to help you out or help you find your way in the bridge, I have to go straight immediately to the stockyard. But whatever you have, whatever questions you have, just let me know.
Certainly appreciated. Thank you.
Which one were we talking to?
That's Reaver, the husband.
I'm gonna make a note about who that is.
Yep. And it's spelled not like a Reaver. It's spelled R-E-I-V-O-R. Technically Raver, but he's
R-E-I-V-O.
R-E-I-V-O-R. And his wife is Mie, which is spelled M-I-E. like Mia with an E. And the kids are Eden, Thero, and Shalsey. And Pace is spelled literally like Pace. As you're going, Pace will make some small talk with you as well.
Sorry, it was Eden.
Thero.
Thero?
Yeah. And Shalsey.
I'm spelling these all wrong, but that's
Probably.
okay.
That was a hell of a fight you guys got up to back there.
Not the first, won't be the last.
Yeah, it seems so. Not that I'm not appreciative, but couldn't save my sword, huh? That's
It was either
You and the
we
sword.
leave you to die, or...
You know what? I'll live without it. It was a gift.
Sorry about that.
That's
but-
all right. It's, you know what? I'd rather have my neck, and I thank you all for that. And if I see you again at an inn anytime soon, the drinks are on me. Yeah, as much as you can drink.
That's a dangerous proposal.
Well, as much as you can drink out of my purse. How's that?
Not the first time we've heard that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the first time you've heard it from me, and I'll do my best to be a good friend to you.
As long as you'll fill my cup. I'll just have one drink.
There you go, Mars. Just the ones.
If you just want the one.
Are you affiliated with any of the various sellsword
Yeah.
groups? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I cut my teeth just to the south of here.
Do you have any
Whereabouts?
other weapons that you need, or...
I've got a dagger on my side. That's about it right now. But I've got some others at my house, or I can go to one of the local.
Well, for now at least, are you any good with the spear?
Good enough.
I'll toss him too.
Thank you. I learned to do boar spearing. I grew up in Goodacre. It's not terribly far from the interior.
Any experience with nets?
A bit.
Toss him the nets. I've got two. I've got two of them.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't had to use them since I picked up this beauty. Half the thrower.
You'll need them.
That is quite a beauty. That's a hammer of. Which goddess is that?
Vela.
The same. Hammers. She's usually more sharp things, isn't she? Like piercing rays of light and all of that stuff.
I mean,
Everyone
you're a
goes
dwarf
to...
worshipping Vela. You've got to make some changes.
You have to make an imprint.
No, I feel that.
We just need to get her fixed.
You asked about merchant companies. Yeah. No, I've served with a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to make a living.
Yeah. Totally.
That's where I got the sword, actually. It was a commission gift when I was down... I was out west for a little bit, for about a year, serving with... oh, God, who wasn't I serving with? But the sword was a gift from my captain. We were doing a defense. Just holding a hill, basically, from a little skirmish. It's nothing terribly interesting, I guess. I don't know. I'll just say, if you're ever looking for good coin, House Claywick, Lord Claywick knows how to pay his troops.
So is it Claywin
Claywick.
or Therwick? Or is it a third one?
Claywin. It's Claywin,
Claywin.
then. Yes.
So though. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to write that down differently.
Claywin.
Claywin. Okay. My apologies. I must have hybridized them on my notes.
Oopsie-daisy.
Yeah,
Fair.
well, if
I
said-
actually kept getting them confused when I was writing them on the wiki, and I was like,
Lord Claywin does pay in gold when he cashes you out. So if you're looking for some coin, he does well. I got a field promotion to lieutenant on that hill, and the gift was my ex sword. But you know what? This spear reminds me that I'm alive, and I like it better.
There you go.
I'm trying to figure out how I should be reacting. How what to even? If I should be rolling something to not freak out about this. Because that is the other side.
That's true.
So to be fair, you just went through like a traumatic experience with them as a kind of comrade for a moment here. So it might be something that can push off for a bit.
Make me a wisdom save.
Okay. Yeah, so I was trying to think what it would be.
It'd be wisdom.
Not today.
So you'll be visibly upset and probably walk.
12. I'm going to look at him. I'm going to turn around and walk away.
Was something I said?
How much of your backstory do I know, Amy?
You probably...
Can I make
How
the
long
connection, do you think?
How long have we
were-
traveled together?
About 3 or 4 months now.
3 or 4 months?
Well, weren't we traveling together prior to
We were.
meeting Mars?
About a month before.
Yeah. So, yeah, she would have filled you in on some of this. Though it probably doesn't come up very often.
You know what? Make me a... what's your wisdom's 20?
Yes.
Yeah, you know
You'll
what?
probably remember it.
You probably have enough intuition to connect the dots, even if she didn't mention specific people.
Yeah.
He mentioned working for a crew that hires mercenaries out west, where she served, and she
reacted badly
Yeah.
to that name, so I'm thinking...
Yeah. So you don't even have to know exact names to have
Yeah.
that type of empathy.
So, you basically know that Tia's in... As far as she's aware, she's the only survivor of her, like, legion...
Her regiment.
Her regiment, her militia. And there was a big battle on... What did I say it was? Thunder... something...
Wasn't it not Thunder Ridge?
I think it was Thundering Ridge.
Thundering Ridge.
Yeah, because there was a whole thing with like echoing of the roaring river.
Mhm.
So Thundering Ridge, and yeah. So
Was this at Thundering Ridge?
Just north of it, actually. Yeah. You've heard about it. It was a good battle.
Yeah, I think Tia was on the other side from who you were fighting for. That might be why she just walked off.
Oh, well, I don't have any...
I get you. You're assault sword, right? Like, obviously it's a job, but
Job's a job, a job.
it might be something not to bring up anymore.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Look,
No worries. Like, you couldn't have known.
it was a paycheck. I don't even think I killed anybody there. I mean, I poked somebody with a sword. He poked me back a little harder. Gesture to the notch in his nose. But I mean, I was mostly just a reinforcement. I mean, I did the job when I was 16.
Yeah, no worries. She'll reach out to like do whatever like
How many years
handshake
ago
thing.
was this?
I think it was probably about 4 to 5 years ago.
Okay, so in that case, I was just 18. He's 23 now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I will follow off after Tia though.
Okay.
To go kind of like, okay, yeah, he worked for him. Obviously for the opposite side as you. But he was also like an 18-year-old kid selling his sword. Like, that's where he got that scar across his face.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a persuasion roll?
Yeah. Oh, good luck
Charisma.
with your... Oh. I mean, this is probably the most upset you two have seen her be. In terms of...
Actually, you know what?
Alright.
Nice.
Because she's just walked... She's not, like, fighting back, but she is walking
Okay,
off.
so 16.
Okay, so she actually manages to be fairly comforting.
Like, just kind of... She's going more for bluntly, like, he really had nothing to do with it. Besides, like, being a sellsword. He obviously has no idea of the politics.
No, I get that. It's not...
He's pretty sure he didn't even kill anybody, because the one person he did poke with his sword got him across the nose with that lovely scar. So,
No, it's...
pretty sure he was an 18-year-old kid and got knocked over the head, and that was his extent of the battle.
How close are we to this place?
She will reach up to, like, slap you on the back and be like, understandable, you lost your comrades.
Reaver's gonna lean back. Not far at all. About a half hour. Actually, if you look out right now, you can start seeing some of the lights. And truth be told, as you look through the haze of the evening, you can see some glittering lights in the distance. Quite a lot of them, actually.
Hey, Farah.
Yeah?
Bed.
No, it's...
But I'll continue with Tia and basically go like, yeah, no, save that anger for the ones who are,
Here.
actually caused all that shit.
Did I give you your hat back
The
earlier?
rich assholes on top, right?
You deserve it tonight.
Oh, thank you.
I think I'm not
One
going to
day.
need it if we get a warm bed.
Yeah.
Nice warm bed. Medium.
Zeno is probably walking with you two.
We're riding in a carriage.
Oh, are
We're riding
you?
on the back of the cart, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm just wandering beside you.
Zeno, are you looking forward to a warm bed?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
You can probably see us
It's
up,
gonna be nice.
up into the distance and see Malia reaching up to slap you on the back.
Now, is Pace behind the back of the carriage? So, would we have seen her, like, walk past us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So a half hour passes, and you're going to make your way up to Dogrun Bridge. And allow me to describe this, and I'm going to do my best. It's night, medieval town. That sounds like the right thing. Cleon the Elder once wrote that of all of the great bridges of all the bygone ages, Dogrun Bridge is the third. A disheartening quote along Cleon's vast atlas of all of the different landmarks of the lower continent. Now here where you are, you can see the other side of the bridge, the other side of the Earth Scar, and the base of the southern crescent of the main continent. The Southern March. And Dogrun Bridge is definitely interesting. As you approach it, okay, how the hell do I describe this thing? Because it's fantasy weird, so give me a second.
Hit it.
Weird.
The Earth Scar bisects the continent in half.
Mhm.
And as it does, you can see that the mountainside rises up several hundred feet above the cold road. At the center, so, okay, let's draw this with hands. You see a parallel road running across here where the Earth Scar is the thinnest. Only 200 meters across. 2 football fields separate you from the other continent. Dogrun Bridge is a city, cleft in twain by the Earth Scar. 6 levels built into the walls and built into the sides of the mountains that have been stripped away. Various road signs you'll pass on the way here. One says, to Steep Hollow, south. North, the high road will take you to Chander's End. The low road will take you to Liangolin. To the north, Still Deep, or Farrington, and then to the mainland itself. And actually, can I get everyone to make me a a history roll? DC 15.
I know nothing about this area.
Now,
That's an 8 total.
You will have advantage on this. You rolled a 1? Okay.
Barely. I rolled a 15, so I get 16.
No?
No.
Alright, so what you will know is Dogrun Bridge is obviously one of the great bridges, spans the Earth Scar and connects the Southlands to the continent. The head of this area is Anzen Marlowe. Anzen Marlowe is a dwarf. Jarl Marlowe has been in charge of this region for the past 100 years. And she is the Jarl that's in charge of Dogrun Bridge on the border. So it's her job to protect both sides of the gate.
so glad we went with Laurel.
The Baron,
Yeah.
or Baroness. Yeah.
Y'all.
So there are 6 different floors of this sprawling city that's built into both sides. There must be at least 2,000 people that live here. But the bridge itself is what draws your attention. The bridge itself is almost 40, maybe 50 meters wide. It's tremendous. How many feet would that be? That'd be 50 feet would be 10 squares. Yeah, so that'd be 20 squares on a grid. So so you're a figure here. So that's about 50 meters wide. It sprawls over the cliff and so the bridge connects straight, and in the center of it is a giant gate that rises up almost 40 meters off of the bridge. It's ornate, and along the sides you can see hounds carved into it. Statues like the lion statues you would see at libraries. But it's a pair of hounds on either side of the bridge's gateway. Beneath the bridge as well. So the bridge spans like this. Let's turn it. So the bridge, you walk across it here. A giant gateway there that also descends, a structure beneath it. The same height down. It looks like there's some type of castle growing out of beneath of it, like a stalactite. But something seems slightly amiss as you approach. Even though it's early evening and the torches are lit in the city streets, it's quieter here than you'd expect. And in the center gate, that tremendous center walkway that you would have to walk. I have a really shitty map here, by the way. You want to see kind of what it looks like?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, I'll draw a better one later. As you look out over it, you can see tremendous beauty. On the northern side, it's actually warm enough on that side of the ridge that waterfalls are pouring out over and under some of the roadways. And on your side, it's still spring melt, but it's warmer here. There is a shimmering essence between the two sides of the bridge on the border. A bluish purple energy that crackles along the border march. Well, that's strange.
Is that...
The border's closed.
Was it normally?
No. Something must be wrong if the Jarl closed it. It could just be maintenance work, though. Or maybe there's a fugitive or a criminal around.
Wonder if they're having problems with Yetis, too.
God, I hope not. You're a cleric, right?
Yeah.
A priest of priestess of Vela?
Yeah.
I think there's a shrine to Vela. The main god in these parts. If you go to the center square, there's a temple underneath of the border, a temple of Thias. That entire undersection there, he points at the castle that descends beneath. Besides being the Jarl's chambers, the bottom parts of it are the Thyan library. It's a small one, but with the libraries, I guess. Would he know enough to say that? He does know enough about that. The Thyan libraries. It might be fun to check out. Farrah's gonna perk right up when she hears libraries. Like books? Yeah, a couple. And you'll approach town. They'll leave you at the edge. I can't thank you enough. Look, if you need to, you can look us up at any time, Reaver says. Usually, I'm in the south. I'm in the Low District, handling the stockyards and stuff like that. I'm pretty low on the food chain. That was a joke. But I'm happy to help when I can. And if you can't find an inn or something, sometimes they get a little crowded when the border shuts. It's only happened a couple times since I've been working here. But we do have a couple of spare rooms, or we can at least have the kids sleep in the living room. Or with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's no problem. So I'm on Yellowbird, on Yellowbird Lane, and on the corner of Mist Alley, right around there. You'll find my apartment.
Thank you.
Blessings be.
She will recite a farewell blessing of Vela.
Okay. May the sun shine on your back. May the rays light your way. Things like that.
Yeah.
And then the fun ones. May lightning strike down your enemies where they stand. Wait.
Through the head.
Through the head and through the butt. And
That's a spicy boy.
that's a spicy, but yeah. All right, and you
That's
find
when Malia's pissed.
you'll find yourself at the edge. And
She makes lightning strike up.
can I get a perception roll off of everybody? Or no, you know what? Make me an insight roll because it's the better one.
I've been
Not for
rolling
me.
horribly tonight.
That 20.
I got
Plus two.
6,
24.
4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I got
Seven.
7.
11?
I rolled a 16.
11.
I got a 10.
I rolled a 4.
So 15 for Farah.
I'm probably still a bit distracted.
All right, so let me put on the right music for
Yeah, I'm gonna say distracted.
this. Yeah, we're gonna try this.
Yeah.
Between the largest person-made structure she's probably ever seen, and
I will point one thing out. In everything anybody's heard or read, this is the shitty bridge. And the closer you get to it, you can see it is very run down. All the while, you can see that the bridge itself, as you start moving toward the high roads, as you were riding into town, actually, the two of you are going to realize there was no checkpoint at the gates. You pass through the main gates to the city, and there were no guards there checking, even after night. The candles and the braziers are lit throughout the city, though. And now that you're on foot, the place seems surprisingly empty. Or the people are staying inside.
you said it's nighttime?
It is nighttime, yes. It's about 9 o'clock at night now.
Let's get to that inn.
It's a little difficult then for us to know if this is normal for their nightlife.
It seems
It's
kind of
not normal for most places. Let's be quiet.
Let's just get to that in.
The streets are emptier than expected. As you're walking through the streets, you'll see that there are some people moving around. You'll see the occasional town guard in the distance, glancing around, doing patrols, rather vigilantly. And the two of you, paying extra close attention, are going to notice that the guard is keeping a tighter grip on his spear with both hands as he walks around. There's a tension in the air.
He looks nervous.
Yeah.
Who does?
The guards.
Can I get everyone to make me a perception roll, please?
Oh no.
I got 3.
I got a 2.
Hey!
19.
I got a 17.
Hey!
I rolled okay.
24. Better
Look-
than my insight, by a lot.
I stretched my arm.
Fist bumping better. Boom.
So, looking as you are, you'll see there aren't very many people around. And as you're looking around, those of you that succeeded, you know if you succeeded, will notice that as you pass an alleyway, there's a man quickly moving kind of toward, on one of these side streets, toward the center of town. He's holding some things in his hands. He honestly looks kind of like a bookworm. Approaching his 30s, probably. You all have dark vision. He's approaching his 30s, human, slightly thinning hair at the very back, and dressed in kind of some heavy woolen robes. But that's not what catches your eye. Almost imperceptibly, let me just double check something. You actually beat my roll. As you glance, you'll see a hooded figure step out of the shadows and follow him.
I'm gonna... Who's closest to me? Probably
Malia still.
Melia. I'm gonna nudge and point.
Bed. A warm bed. I don't care how many dogs are running here.
There's... Someone's following that guy. Yeah.
I was
Check that out.
walking out for all of you.
I'm gonna... And then I'm gonna start following them as well.
Yeah.
Kind of...
Where are you going?
Off we go.
Where are we going? What? That's not where the... Is there a bed down that way?
We don't know, but there might be somebody.
Someone's up up to no good.
There's something suspicious happening.
Hold on.
Mike,
good,
can you
you
hand me
say?
that bin with the
Hold
green
on.
lid right there?
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Can't they be up to no good tomorrow?
Because I think I still have...
Unfortunately,
Someone consider it.
Oh wait, is she already in here?
I turn my voice down.
Oh, I need a Miko Kaijutsu.
Oh, she's in that one.
Okay, cool. She's in which one?
When I'm about to go grab you.
All right, can you put the alley up?
Yes, I can do that. Oh my gosh.
I was wondering if you guys would follow that. Players, they go after everything.
we are gullible.
And we've got... But Benito and anything else? Us.
Can you get me a just random dude? A dude to represent the dude?
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
I would like to be going stealthy.
Okay, so anybody who is doing stealth rolls, are you going to communicate to your two horned individuals?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Well,
also...
I'm gonna let them go ahead, and I'm gonna communicate because I can't do stealth that well.
I did just cast Pass Without a Trace.
Does that give advantage on stealth?
Yeah, it's the one that gives us... For duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means.
Now, is that for just you or for multiple people?
No, it's masking you and your companions from detection.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
we all have advantage on stealth.
Nice.
Yeah, so anyone, as long as you were within 30 feet,
So is it advantage or plus 10?
plus 10
Oh,
bonus
It's
to
not
dexterity.
advantage.
No.
I still have disadvantage.
Yeah, creature that
But-
receives this bonus leaves no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Nice.
So,
All right.
I'm
So
gonna drop that.
you'll follow behind and tell us that we're following someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 29.
I will very quietly impart the information. Yeah, look like a normal dude, and then
11 and 7.
hooded dude followed him from the shadows.
I got a 28.
I got a 24.
Damn.
So that is...
Both my dice are rolling.
What
really
the
well.
hell?
So I got 26.
So 17.
Okay. So, can you do me a favor, Amy? All of you all can put everybody down here. Actually, you know what? Put everybody down here. Because that makes life easier.
Just off the bridge?
Just off
the edge?
there. Mike, can
Yes.
you reach the board?
Yep.
Can you put him here?
So,
Can you put her there?
I don't know what...
Actually, put her right there. She'll have...
So this is the one who was following?
Yeah. Alright, so who's first? The first person...
Probably me, because I'm leading.
Yeah?
And you probably catch up quite quickly or pretty much
Yeah,
next to me.
I think we both peeled off, right? You know,
Yeah.
at the same time there.
Yeah. Because I was like, I nudged and was like, doing this thing.
As you're approaching, you will see he rounds another corner, cutting through an alley, and he glances over his shoulder. Okay, one sec. And is going to catch a glimpse of the hooded figure behind him. Hello? Hello, stranger. What can I do for you? And the hooded figure is going to approach, and you're going to hear echo back down. Are you Joba Longham? That I am. I have a gift for you, Jobar. The fast cloud sends its regard. And you're going to see a glint of steel in the hooded figure's hand suddenly appear.
The who? The
Fast cloud.
fast cloud.
And can I get initiative off of everybody if you want to interject?
Yes, initiative, yummy. 12.
Wow, he's actually pretty initiate.
It's a 3 for me.
Okay, anybody got above a 20? All right, so anybody got above a 15?
Yep.
So I got 19, what'd you get?
17.
18.
Okay. Okay, 17. Okay, so it's gonna go... Oh, God.
To
Okay,
Jobar.
So Joe Bar. And then you got what?
18.
Okay, so Malia's first, followed by Zeno, followed by...
I am probably last.
What'd you get, Winter?
12.
Oh yeah, fair as a person.
No.
Oh, what'd you get? 12?
Yeah.
What'd you get, Amy?
I got 3.
Okay, fair got a 7 total.
Mm-hmm.
She's not dead last.
But she might be dead.
First.
Dead first. Not dead last.
Oh wait, I was dead
That's
first
a very
last time.
different-
Farah, and then Amy. Alright, so Malia, you're going to see a knife drop into her hand, or drop into the figure's hand, as she approaches, strutting forward confidently.
Do I have any idea what the fast cloud is?
You have no idea. Getting a look at him as he turns around, he can't be more than... I think maybe he's... it's hard to tell with humans, but he's rather bookish. He looks like a scribe or something like that. He doesn't look like any threat at all. In fact...
Notary.
Yeah, basically. He doesn't look like a cleric or a wizard. He looks like a loser.
Oh,
He's a level 4 loser.
I will
nerd.
call out, "Oh, you look like a learned man. Do you know where the library is?"
Okay, are you moving up?
I will, at least move to the front.
Okay, how close are you trying to get?
Just, first square on the board or something.
First round the board?
Not that far, I'll just yell down.
Alright.
It'll be enough to startle there and Sanson.
Alright, so she'll tense. Alright, Zeno,
She
what do you...
now has a witness.
Yeah, basically.
So just in case it's not something, actually weird, it's actually legit maybe. Who knows?
What do you do, Zeno?
Stay in shadows, baby.
Be gloomy. I want to.
Are you a gloom boy?
I want to be the gloom boy.
Alright, Gloomy, let's do it.
I want to gloom up here.
Alright.
Gloomstock.
I want to gloom up to here.
Okay, make me a stealth roll.
Nat 20.
Okay, I got not a nat 20. So you will stealth up. As you're getting closer, you can see underneath the hood in this darkness at your range. You will see the slightly curved ears of a half-elf and the deep skin of a drow. Dark elf. Half-dark elf, anyway.
Yeah.
And she is holding a wickedly curved blade in her hand that kind of juts out and then curves back almost like a sickle.
So I want to draw my bow and hold my action.
Okay.
Um,
This concerns you not, dwarf. You'll hear a woman's voice say.
I want to know where the library is.
Behind you, take 3 steps, turn around, and do yourself a favor and fuck off.
Wow.
Before I open your gullet like I'll open this one.
and at that point,
Okay, then.
I'm going to release my action.
Okay, go ahead.
But I don't want to kill her.
Okay.
I mean, depending how much. Yeah,
Alright.
depending if I even hit. Oh,
Alright.
Jesus, really? It was on 12 and I was
Oh,
like,
well, you have advantage because she can't see you, so you have advantage. And remind you your bonuses for first round of combat as a Gloomstalker.
I can do an extra. Actually, I can do an extra attack.
Yeah.
I can move 10 feet. Bonus rolls to initiative. Bonus rolls to initiative.
Yeah.
That's all that's valid right now.
Okay. So what was your first attack?
So the first one was. I was the advantage one, right?
They all had advantage because you're doing them all at once.
Oh, okay.
So the first round you're going to get.
Okay, so that was my first one, and it was a 16.
That is going to be a. Ooh, you don't do penalties in this system. I always forget. That's what the advantage is for. That's going to be a miss, actually.
And then the second one. First roll's a 20.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Okay. And your second one?
That was my second one.
Don't you get 3 attacks?
I do.
Yeah. Also, always roll twice because you might get a crit.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So second one. Okay, no, it's just 22.
Okay. So, and then roll your last attack.
Nat 20.
Was it a nat 20?
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Okay, so I need you to roll me double damage and single damage.
Okay, so that was one. That was two hits.
Those 2 hits, one. So
One
roll,
critical.
roll 3 damage.
Okay. 10. 18.
18 damage, and then your dex mod twice.
6.
Okay, so 24.
And braces of archery is 2 each.
Okay, so that's 28. And then how much? Those are the heavy arrows, so they get an additional +1.
They're +1.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's 30 points of damage.
But you did specify non-lethal, right?
Yeah, like I wanted to like.
Knock her out, preferably, or something.
Yeah.
All right. So this is non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to.
It gets treated as the same for this.
Oh.
All right. So you're going to fire two shots with intent to wound, not to kill, and that's going to catch her in the shoulder and in the thigh. Nice meaty spots, right? And she's going to shriek, turn, and look, and
And that's how I felt with a bow.
well, hell.
You said you wanted to do stuff.
You're doing stuff.
Okay.
And
Doing-
you're about to get shanked.
And I'm about to get shanked.
Thanks a lot.
So I can do.
Okay, that one was okay, Amy. You've not been on the pun game that well tonight.
You shouldn't have interfered, knife ear. And she's going to charge you.
Wait, she's a knife ear too.
Yeah, I know, but your ears are knife ear.
That's true. My ears are very knifey.
I mean, basically, it's the same as dropping any type of racial slang, right? She's going to ooh, I could attack. Hold on, I'm gonna make a quick roll to see whether or not she. Yeah, she's blinded and rage. She's gonna attack you. So she's going to move me to Mike, and Mike, armor class. I got a 16 and an 18.
Those both hit.
Okay. So initial hits. Okay, so first hit is going to do a total of 8. The dagger is going to. Oh, actually, that's it's only a D4 because it's a short sword. What am I talking about? So that's going to be. It could be a lot worse. Holy crap! So with this long blade is going to slip out of her hand, and she's going to rush and slash you twice across the chest. And the cuts aren't that bad. It's 4 points of damage, 6 points of damage.
No.
And then the poison from the blade is going to seep in. You're going to take 38 points of damage.
What?
And that's my action. That's my round. Jobar is going to run.
Good boy.
Oh. Quick question, Kelly.
Yeah.
Would we have, over the course of going on the
Yes, you're healed.
heal? Okay.
Okay.
You're healed as much as your hit dice would have spent anyway.
Okay.
Did you spend hit dice to heal? Yeah. So you got to roll them though.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't think we healed on
okay.
top of that.
Okay.
No.
You didn't naturally heal all the way. No.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right, Winter.
So we didn't have the chance for a long rest,
Can I
basically.
sell
No,
that
no.
to try to get.
Yeah, you can spend a dash action to move up there.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get behind her. and
Flank
him.
her.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
You can run up and do that. So you have to make me an acrobatics check to move inside of her range.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
17.
All right, and the acrobatics check to do that. That should be plenty. 17. What is that anyway? Because it's not on the board.
Sneak attack, sneak attack.
Oh, the acrobatics?
Yeah, I'm just looking it up real quick.
Gonna do a
Whoop
sneak
whoop
attack.
whoop.
Oh, so does she have reach?
No, but Winter ran up to stab her in the back, which when you run
On a
up,
dash.
when you do a dash to do that,
Okay.
usually. I could be mixing up Pathfinder though.
Yeah,
Because
why we need to
that's-
make sure.
That's my
She was
life.
just moving into a threatened space, not through one. Because I thought that was how everything.
Yep. Thank you.
So what's happening?
So you don't worry about the acrobatics. So you can go ahead and make me an attack.
Cool.
And
Wait.
you can do a double attack because you used your bonus action to rush. Oh wait, no, you used your bonus action to attack with your second weapon. So you used your move to get up, and you can go slash.
Okay, so I can still do slash.
Yep.
We're in this town
That's a hit.
for 2 minutes.
That's a hit.
And we're already killing someone.
We're helping save
So
someone.
then it's sneak attack on
We
the
don't know that he deserves it.
So which one?
We
I guess it's usually your rapier,
Don't.
right?
know if either of them
Really?
deserve it.
All right, so
So
that's
I
a D.
might. Can I try it on the other one instead and see what happens?
But she seems like a bitch.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Well, no, because it just does 3d6 on top of whatever.
Yeah.
It only matters if you get a critical. Because your all dice modifiers are critical. So a rogue that criticals on a 3d6 is now a 66.
It's gross.
All right.
5, 11,
But that's why it's a critical.
and that's 15 on one.
Okay, and that's with your dex bonus?
Watch us get kicked out of another city.
No, and then with my
So you have your dex
Literally
bonus to your first
immediately.
one.
so then 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay, and you don't add it to your second attack.
Yeah.
Here's hoping our luck is different.
Fingers
And
crossed.
we are actually the
4
heroes.
plus 2
Yeah.
plus 4.
At this point, it's basically
And
all
then
looter and go to the
That
end.
doesn't get the dex bonus though.
It does not. Only your primary does. So what was the total?
So 19.
If we manage, she might be
And
like
4,
5 levels
so-
higher than us.
That is true.
We have no idea how
23?
strong she is.
Yeah.
Not a
All right, so rushing up behind her, you're going to jam your blades into her side. Your rapier is going to punch out through the front of her stomach, and your dagger is going to slash down her the ribs from behind.
Ooh.
You're going to feel it bite into bone. Farah is going to
Guys, what the hell?
She's going to look around the alley and like glance out and guards. She's gonna say back to you, guards. And that's her round. Amy, what do you do?
So I'm still at the end, near the entrance of the alley, I think. If I'm near, so we're in the alley once we step on the board, basically, or
Yeah.
Okay. So, did she sound like she was calling for guards, or saying there were guards coming?
She looks back and says, guys, guards.
Fuck.
Meanwhile, getting.
Every time.
So, like, can I glance and
You at
see
least
if
could
they're
disappear into the
coming?
shadows.
See
This
what
is
she's
true.
looking at.
What's that?
When she says that, I'm probably gonna like reflexively look to see what she's talking about. Okay, great.
A
We're
pair
at-
of guards are coming from that angle, and you can see that as they're rushing forward, one of them is. You can hear a slight whistling as he's holding his whistle in his mouth, ready to blow.
Hyperventilating.
I would say don't continue the fight. Maybe call down to these two to disappear.
Yeah, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna follow her example and be like, "There's guards coming," and like step. I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna start heading away from the alley.
All right, so you'll back up. That's
And probably try and grab Farah's shoulder and just be like, "Let's go."
okay. All right, so you'll grab her and try to move away.
I'm trying not to look like I'm running, but like,
Make me a stealth roll. Actually, both of us will make a stealth roll. How's
yeah,
that?
because I mean we are already stealthed, probably.
So I got
but-
a 31 with my dex.
Yeah, and I've still got my concentration up on that spell, so that's
Still a 14 plus your dex.
That's a 15.
15, okay. And I'm going to roll for my 2 American soldiers. One of them is going to glance your direction. And, hey you, half-orc. Stay out of trouble.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably
Give 'em
freeze
the-
when I
the
hear
what?
that. Because I probably expect that they're not actually gonna see me and be like,
Move spear to the edge of the alley.
Okay, like here?
Yeah,
And
basically.
you're probably like...
Yeah, and then move this one to basically right there. And the one with the sword is going to lock eyes with you. Half-orc, stay out of trouble. You don't want this.
Cool perception here.
And they're going to turn the corner and look down the hall. Malia, what do? You can see that a guard has ran up behind you.
I was like, hey, sorry. I'm just trying to find out where the frickin' library was. The guy ran off and she's screaming at me.
All right, make me a persuasion
God, she's
roll.
insulting. I mean, it's all I literally did do.
I know.
So...
It's unlike us.
What?
5. I'm really gruff and just grumbly and like...
You bloody blighters. At the end, something like that.
In Dwarven.
You stupid kids.
So the question is, do they automatically think you're saying
One of
something
them kind of looks down. The one with the spear looks down the aisle, and the one with the sword looks at you, and in Dwarven says, "Stay where you are." Right? No, that's Orcish. Sorry. Sprechen Sie Dwarf.
Malia is just looking like a grumpy.
Zeno, what do? You have a half drow bearing down on you, a poisoned blade in one hand.
Disappear.
Yeah, that sucks. It's time to disappear.
All right.
So I want to stealth my way out of here.
You cannot, unless you have a special ability, you can't stealth while someone is paying attention to you.
Oh, that's fair enough. I want to disengage from her.
Okay, so that's your bonus action.
And Walker doesn't have something to disappear into the shadows with?
I am invisible to Darksight if it's pitch black in here.
It is not pitch black, it's an alley at night.
Mm-hmm.
So there is moonlight just filtering down.
Too bad there wasn't a darkness.
I mean, give it three checks and maybe.
Like instantaneous right here, right now.
I mean, oh, so if he disengages and
So what do you do, Mike?
tries to be stealthy, even if she can see him, the guards might not, or at least it might be harder for them to see.
Yeah, like can I stealth past the guards? Like run past the guards?
You can make me a stealth roll too.
I would love to make you a stealth roll too.
Or maybe run out the other end of the alley?
Or yeah, I could run.
That's probably a smarter
Okay,
idea.
I'm gonna run out the other end of the alley.
Okay.
All
right.
It's time to disappear.
That sounds good. All right. And that sounds great. All right. So it's going to be her round. She's going to pivot to where you are. She's going to disengage. We'll dance again later. And with that, she's going to fly off. Like she's literally going to levitate and jump onto the rooftop and then across like a wuxia, like Chinese. Like basically she does like a jump onto the roof.
Wusha.
Yeah, wusha, and then just vanishes into the night.
Impressive.
And with that, the alley is going to become a.
Leaving you just standing.
I
in
can't
the
do
alley.
it right now, but
Oh no! You guys suck.
yes, thank you. I can whistle for some reason. A loud whistle bellows down the alley, and from where you're standing on the other side, you can see another 6 guards running that direction.
Oh no.
What's going on down there?
Nothing.
So
Freeze where you are. One of the guards holds up a spear ready to hurl it at you. From where you are, you can see that your knife cut actually removes something from her garments. And there is a like a hip scroll laying on the ground.
Doink.
One of the guards is going to step forward, thrusting a spear in your direction. Pull back your hood.
Oh God!
Now!
Okay. Doink.
can we hear this?
Yeah.
Not the doink.
It's her! It's the tiefling! You're under arrest by order of the Jarl. And let's call a game there.
Oh no!
Oh,
We're in this town for 5 minutes.
I did
If
nothing.
that much. And I've already been like...
I like that you have already made an enemy of her, and she's great. She's going to be a good antagonist or friend. All right.
Like, I actually did nothing.
I know, for a change, right? All right, so that's going to be the end of this session. Hello, excited dog.
Upper, oh goodness.
Ooh, hi. All right, that's going to be it from Generic Fantasy setting number 17735.
Oh, dog.
So we're going to have a short time jump after your arraignment for next session. Congratulations on defeating that Yeti, and we'll see you in 1 week for whatever is replacing Starfinder in our sequence, since we're taking
That's my spot.
We're taking a come here, buddy. Come here.
Oh.
Come here. Come here. He can't get over Spider-Man. Hi. We'll see you next time for what replaces Starfinder. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Oh, my God.